Welcome to the show, everybody. It is another day. It's Thursday. Now, traditionally on the Crigler show, Thursday was reserved. Not for you, not for me, but for Karlyn B. Now, she hasn't been on the show in a long time, and I gotta say, it's nice to have her back. Karlyn, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Adam. This is like our 1-year anniversary of our very first show together.
Wait, really?
It is. Well, not today, but 2 days ago was the first time I was ever on your show as the very first guest ever in person.
Ah.
And now
it
was fun. It was a new adventure.
Yeah, it was a new adventure. Oh man. So we were talking a little bit before the show, and I was like, we got to talk about this Biden stuff. So Biden just had a speech to respond to the fact that Americans are, in fact, getting killed today. I think it's up to 12 service members are now dead. It is absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to save what I have a lot to say about his speech, his response. And I have an article that basically tells you what's going down. And then me and Karlyn, I know you're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hear what you have to say about this guy, because he said some things that I can't believe I heard the president of the United States say it is absolutely ridiculous. Then we're going to be someone brought this to my attention yesterday, or maybe it was I think it was yesterday. I'm not really sure. But the Nirvana baby. All right. So Nevermind, the album from Nirvana from the early 90s, one of the highest sold album in the 90s, millions and millions of iconic album. Everyone knows this baby, right? Naked Baby. He's suing for child pornography, and it's a tough situation. I want to lay it down. I actually have some words from Eliza Blue, who is, she is on the front lines of battling against child pornography on the internet. I don't even know if people say CP so that to avoid some sort of algorithm or something. Maybe I should refer to it as that, but that's what it is. That's what he's suing them for. So we're going to be talking about that because it's a tough situation. And I'll give you my opinion on it. And I want to hear you said that you had some things to say. You want to talk about it as well.
I do. Yeah.
All right. So, and then we're going to talk about Krispy Kreme. Now, Krispy Kreme is essentially bribing people. Like, you can go in and get 2 free Krispy Kreme donuts if you've taken the jab. And they've even were asked, well, what if you weren't? Like, do you still give free donuts? And I'm going to save the response. Their answer is, it's kind of exactly what you'd expect. They're definitely Democrats. That's all I'm going to say. All right. That's how I'm going to do it.
I wouldn't expect, because they're from the South, aren't they?
I don't know, man, but when we get to it, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So first and foremost, thank you guys for joining. Please go follow all of us, me and Karlyn. You can follow her on Twitter, and also her YouTube is listed below. I should have plugged your locals. Why don't you go ahead and say, it's just KB, right?
Yeah, it's kb.locals.com, and I'm actually on my second YouTube strike right now, so I can't even post on my channel.
Right.
It wasn't my fault. Right.
So definitely go support her over on YouTube, because she's now on her second strike. Hey, welcome to the club.
I feel like I was wrongly initiated. I feel like I got completely swindled.
me too. You know what happened to me?
What it was that you covered, like, I don't even know if I can say it. Can I even say the name of the organization?
I was quoting Mark Zuckerberg about his personal opinion on. And I was making a hypocrisy call out because of his own company was different than his own opinion. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't feel like I have to explain anymore.
Maybe it's just a hazing ritual that YouTube has where your second strike is just total and complete nonsense just to test your willpower. Will you come back?
Well, I'm back down to 0 strikes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You have to wait 3 months now for this strike to fall off. When did you get your last strike?
Well, so it's actually funny because the last strike will fall off during my penalty period on this one. So by the time I come back, I will be back down to 1 strike again. And don't think I won't take advantage of that, YouTube.
Whoa. Don't get yourself kicked off of YouTube.
I've got Locals, though. Locals is a great backup.
Locals is pretty good.
It's awesome.
I'm liking it. Yeah, someone in chat just said second strike means you're saying something sane.
That's probably true. Yeah.
I like that because that's really what it feels like. It's like I wasn't saying anything crazy. Now, I actually went back and watched why I got a warning on my strike.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, all right. I should have. I deserve that warning. Like, yeah, all right. Because I've since like become more knowledgeable about certain things, about the things I was talking about. And I wasn't exactly, I wasn't wrong, but I wasn't specific enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it could have been taken wrong. And I can understand why that was a warning.
Well, I mean, how I feel about it though is, I mean, mine is like so ridiculous. Like I made an offhand flippant remark and immediately followed it up with, I'm not a medical expert. Don't listen to me. And
you're probably going to get a strike for it.
And well, yes, exactly. And it's like YouTube thinks the viewers are stupid. YouTube literally thinks that someone could listen to me to make a flippant remark and then say, no, really, don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm not a doctor, not that kind of doctor anyway. And and say, oh yes, she's the person I should be taking medical advice from. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
The problem is though, Karlyn, is half the people out there are pretty stupid. I mean, you and I are blessed with some amazing chat members. All right. I'm just saying.
Suppose.
I see you out there, chat. You suppose? No.
No, they are. Our people are good.
That's sacrilege on this channel. Never diss the chat. The chat is everything. Anyway, so we're going to be talking first and foremost about the train wreck that is the President of the United States of America.
I can't even.
I don't blame you.
What was that? He looked like a scared, frail old man. He looked.
I'm gonna show your tweet real quick. Let's start it with this. This is just. I mean,
this is like the epitome of everything I thought during this speech. Is Biden is like.
What is he doing?
He looks like he's crying. He literally. So what happened is, this is that guy from Fox News, right? Like, what's his name?
Ducey. Peter Ducey, yeah.
And he was the last one called on for a question, and he asked, a legitimate question, and Biden tried to turn it around and be like, oh, well, what do you think about this? I don't even remember what Biden asked because he was mumbling.
What do you think? Do you believe me, or do you? And then he said, well, it's and then he says later on too, he says it's unfair for me to even ask you guys questions, but raise your hands, raise your hand if you're against war. And it's like, wait, what? I mean, he didn't. I'm paraphrasing, because he was talking about something specific, but that's basically what he was saying. It's like, duh, of course they're all against war. Like, what are you doing? This isn't some kids class. You're on the world stage. You're making real decisions that are getting people killed.
And you know what, the thing of it is too, another really offensive thing that happened separately from his putting his head down and crying as Pete Ducey was asking him a question was he brought up his son dying of brain cancer.
That was the AP that brought that up.
Well, okay, let's just be blunt for a second. All those questions are planted. They knew exactly what order to go in.
Well,
they knew
especially
exactly what questions were going to be asked.
How did he start the questioning? He said, "Oh, I've got this list of approved people I'm supposed to call on," and then he starts calling on everybody. The second one, I believe, or I don't remember when, but it was the AP, and they're like, "Well, look, you're doing an incredible job, by the way. You're doing so great. I know you lost your son to cancer, and that's really terrible. So you know what loss is like. So what kind of ice cream do you like?"
Yeah, but
that's not what they asked him. I'm just
basically
that's what it felt like.
But Biden did bring him up in the speech, though.
Did he?
Biden brought his son up in the speech because I made a comment on it. I was like, you know what? So listen, a child dying of brain cancer is tragic. My uncle died of brain cancer. It was horrific to watch. I'm not trying to diminish that pain. However, a child dying of brain cancer is significantly different than 12 Marines dying in an attack.
One
sorry.
naval officer.
Well,
no, I'm just being specific.
That's cool. That's cool. But like, then service members dying in an attack that was completely preventable in this whole giant foobar that just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And listen, I've been saying from the beginning, we never should have been there in the first place. Is my opinion. We never should have been there in the first place.
No, we should have gone as soon as Osama bin Laden got killed. We should have been done. Like, all right, we got who we came for. He was the mastermind that planned the attack. All right, we're done. But Obama kept us there.
But I disagree on that point. I don't think we ever should. I was and we can disagree on that point. We're allowed
That's
to disagree
fine.
and be adults.
Sure.
But I was protesting this stuff 20 years ago in college.
Okay.
And so that's the first point I want everyone to take from this. But I also think like, because I think the Taliban was eventually going to win this anyway.
Okay.
However, how you leave matters. How you leave matters.
Leaving $85 billion in military equipment and Americans behind enemy lines, and then claiming, well, not all of them didn't want to leave. Some of them wanted to stay. It's like,
what?
Are you serious? You know what? This is what really pissed me off. Biden had the nerve to say, I'm a student of history, all right? And you look at other withdrawals in the past, and there's always people left behind. He said that. Tell that to their families, Biden. Say that to their faces, to the family members of the people that you left behind.
Yeah.
Well, there's always people that are left behind. Yeah, when you bumble taking everyone out, that was your fault, Biden. Now there's these memes that are going around with a bloodstained hand over the Biden. You've seen it. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. All right, let me just read this, because this is from the Daily Mail, and they always have a great bullet points right in the beginning. And this is a horrendous article. There are so many graphic images. I'm not going to show them. Obviously, it says graphic content. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to read these bullet points, and we're going to continue talking about it all. 2 ISIS suicide bombers killed 12 U.S. troops and 60 Afghans. Pentagon vows to hunt down terrorists and continue shambolic evacuation, but warns we expect these attacks to continue. Well, of course they're going to continue. 11 Marines and 1 Navy medic were killed on Thursday by the attack at Kabul Airport. President Biden addressed the nation at 5:30 Eastern Time, 8 hours after the attack. At 3 p.m. Eastern, General Kenneth McKenzie, the commander on the ground, spoke to reporters. He said the evacuation would continue, but that there were active threats of additional attacks. The first bomb was detonated in a suicide vest, and the bomber was being searched by Marines. It's unclear how he got past Taliban checkpoints before the airport and to get close enough. General McKenzie said the U.S. would retaliate against ISIS when they find the exact people responsible. Other NATO countries begged him to extend his August 31st deadline to get out, but he refused. Norway, Poland, Canada, Holland have now all stopped evacuating citizens from Afghanistan. Biden is adamant he can get everyone out by August 31st, but has offered no plan for how he will do it. No, he didn't offer any plan, but he basically said today during his press conference that he's going to leave people behind, that it's part of the job. It happens. And you know what? Those people didn't even want to leave. That's what they're telling you. That's what they're telling themselves.
It's so disgusting. I mean, we're seeing all these stories come out of people that are trying to get out, can't get to the airport, can't get through checkpoints. They're telling them to go to one building, then they're telling them to go to another building. I have a whole bunch of people that I chat with in different signal groups, and there are people that are trying to figure out how to get their friends out. There's one guy today in one of my signal groups that actually by himself, separately from all of this, was able to arrange emergency air evacuations. Wow. It's just so ridiculous. And he was telling us the other day, he was like, I know 2 women that are there, and they have cut off all of their hair to look like men just in case they're discovered.
Wow.
I was like, my God. And, it puts everything in perspective, doesn't it? Because we have this woke contingent in our country always telling us how horrible our system is, how patriarchal our system is. Well, guess what? It's looking pretty good to a lot of people right now that are desperate to get here.
Did you see that? I'm going to show this real quick. The Taliban seat on the UN Commission on the Status of Women is likely.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you not hear this, Karlyn?
No.
Should I read that again? Because it is exactly what I just said, exactly what you thought you just heard. The Taliban seat on the UN Commission on the Status of Women is likely. It is bonkers.
I can't even. We live in absolute clown world. We live in a dystopian. There's a reason I'm wearing this hat.
It gets worse. It gets worse. Have you seen this thing?
What?
I don't know if you've seen this. Canada's Minister for Women and Gender Equality referred to the Taliban as our brothers. Not, these people that are killing women. Like, they shot and killed a woman because she wasn't wearing a burqa. Day one. I don't know if you heard this story.
Oh, yeah. They set women on fire because they didn't like the meal that they forced them to cook.
Wow. Yeah. See, and who was to blame for that? The woman, probably.
Yep.
Because that's just the way they do. They hate the West. They hate society that we've built over here. They cannot stand that people like you, Karlyn, can vote. That
I wouldn't be allowed out of the house.
That you're a doctor. That's against everything that they go for. You shouldn't have an education past the age of 10. According to the Taliban, and yet they're going to sit on the UN panel for women, and the Canadian's Minister for Women and Gender Equality. I was thinking it was going to be equity.
You always have to double check.
I had to double check. I was like, is it equity? I want to say equity. No, it's equality. Okay, but the Taliban are suddenly our brothers. And
I can't.
What? This kind of stuff is just. Who are they rooting for? Are they rooting for Americans? Or are they rooting for the Taliban? Like,
they're rooting for China. Oh, I'll tell you exactly whose side they're on. They're rooting for China. China is already establishing diplomatic relationships with the Taliban. Probably already had it before.
Yep,
that's where this is going.
This is so your tweet, you were like, you need to see this. Mm-hmm. So my friend sent me this picture. And I couldn't stop laughing. Look at the interpreter. I tweeted this and I just said, the interpreter is all of us.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know.
Compare the energy that Biden had in this address today to Trump. Like, compare the two.
This dude's an old man.
He is an old man. And Trump's old.
Etc.
Biden reminds me of my grandfather when my grandfather was in the later years of his life, when he was just wanted to hang out and be in his slippers all day and just
that's what he should be doing. Joe Biden should be retired in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you lasted until 2016. All right, retire, man. You're done. Please retire. All right, go enjoy the rest of your life. They took him and propped him up. Nobody wanted him in the primaries. Biden didn't make it. What is he doing?
Nope. And they did it because they want Kamala Harris in that office. And
they might get it.
I think they're absolutely going to get it at some point. It's just kind of a matter of when.
GOP lawmakers Josh Hawley, Matt Gaetz, Ronnie Jackson, Marjorie Greene. It's Marjorie, right?
Marjorie.
Yeah, Marjorie Greene join call for Biden to resign over Afghanistan debacle. Every single poll that I'm seeing, should Biden resign? Overwhelmingly, yes. Granted, they tend to be from Republican-sided, biased people on Twitter with followers that have like minds. But the problem lies in Kamala Harris as vice president.
Oh, I understand. But you know what? I kind of think at this point, Biden's approval numbers are dropping. And you know what? I really think Kamala is going to ascend to the presidency at some point anyway. I think that's part of whatever plan that they put in place. And it's just kind of a matter of when. And quite frankly, is there anything more poetic about her ascending now during the midst of a giant military foobar in a country that is actively oppressing women, and we have Kamala Harris in the presidency cackling all the time, every single time she's asked a question?
Kamala, let me ask you about the people that are back there. Not right. Hold on, everybody.
Hold on.
I know you want to ask me these questions. All right, I want to get serious now. It's oh my gosh, dude, you know what I think is going to happen?
What?
I think Biden is going to resign and Kamala's going to resign. Kamala's going to be like, you know what? I can't handle it. And Nancy Pelosi is going to be president.
It really wouldn't surprise me.
How scary is that?
It really would not surprise me at all, because did you hear, and this was right when all this stuff started, they said that Kamala was heard screaming, "This S isn't going to get pinned on me."
Mm-hmm. Yep. I saw that. What exactly is she doing, right? She was tagged as the border czar, and What did she do there? Literally nothing.
Nothing.
She didn't even go down there. She went to El Paso, and that's a city that is having those issues, because I don't know if you've been to El Paso, but there's a pretty legitimate line between the American side and the Mexican side.
Right.
You can't just like get over easily there because it's a major city. The problem lies like out in the country, where the wall was being built. Anyway, this is
we'll see. It doesn't even matter. It's gonna be we have at least another 3 years of a hot mess. But Adam, did you see the commercial that Trump released?
I did. I actually have it. I have the file itself.
Good. It's
I bet I could play it. Should I just play it right now?
I think you should play it. It's amazing. It will make us all feel better about our state of affairs.
Hold on. I'm going to play this for everybody, because if you guys haven't seen this, you need to see it.
Trump is running again.
America is back.
Highest inflation rate in the U.S. at the pump.
Southern border is collapsing. The climb of COVID infections.
We amplify our power. We summoned a new strength.
This is a recruitment ad.
Should we be embarrassed?
Diplomacy is back.
Now the Taliban are back.
Kabul is not in an imminent threat environment.
The likelihood there's going to be the Taliban overrunning everything and owning the whole country is highly unlikely.
They own the whole country now, the Taliban.
The Taliban are now in complete control of Afghanistan. Complete chaos.
How did President Biden get this so wrong?
Well, first of all, the mission hasn't failed yet.
If this isn't failure, what does failure look like exactly?
Biden, you destroyed not Afghanistan, but the world!
I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated. Do I bear responsibility? Zero responsibility.
China is ready for friendly relations with the Taliban.
I feel like they're gonna stop by the door and they're the Taliban and they're gonna come in and kill us.
Slow down, everybody.
We have to ask the Taliban for permission for American citizens to leave. True or not true?
They are in control.
I can't think of anyone better to lead this operation than
They're just chanting death to America.
And you call yourself a president?
Trump's running again. He's running.
Of course he's going to run again.
I cannot imagine a bigger statement. We kind of knew that anyway, but the hammer has dropped. And maybe like what I've heard is like Trump was like, he was kind of saying he was, but he was still thinking about it.
Yeah.
I think this is the very best sign we have that Trump has like something has snapped and Trump is like, I'm doing it.
My question though is, how can people defend that? How can you see what this president is and not go, this is a problem? These people are literally out there going, he's the best president ever. And I'm like, how can you defend that ad right there? That is absolutely brutal.
Because they don't see it. They don't see it. The Democrats literally do not see the same news that we see.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? And it's sad. I mean, we have people celebrating, it was the best military operation in history. I mean, I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? Because they're literally not showing this information. Although, I mean, the media has been turning on Biden. Like, they're not happy with him. So there is some
No one's happy with him. I've got a couple other articles that I could pull up that are, the CIA is pissed off. Let me see if I can just... The Pentagon and the CIA are super pissed at him. It's kind of a long article. I mean, I feel like we've ragged on. I'm so over it. Talk about Biden.
Let's move on. Let's move on to Nirvana.
Before we move on, I just want to say to all of the family members out there, if you are a family member to any of the service men and women that are out there serving for us, especially in Afghanistan right now, please, I wish you well, and that your family that is out there fighting for us, thank them for me. And I hope that they get home safe, because it is not a safe place for any American to be right now. Just had to say that. All right. So next we're going to be talking about the Nevermind baby. And you might recognize it from here. Let me show you. This is an article. Oh, there it is. So this is an article from the Daily Wire. The Nevermind baby. This is him right here. I think he's like 4 months old. Now 30, files child porn lawsuit against Nirvana. I'm going to read this, And then I have some thoughts about this, and I have some words from Eliza Blue, and she, it's a tough subject, right? Spencer Eldon became a star when he was just 4 months old, when he was featured on the cover of Nirvana's breakthrough album, Nevermind, naked in a pool with a dollar bill floating in front of him, which they actually added that later on in post. But at 30 years old, Eldon is not happy. He's now accusing the band of being child pornographers and has filed a lawsuit against Kurt Cobain's estate and the band's surviving members, saying the band violated federal child pornography statutes and exploited him sexually. In the suit, Eldon says he has suffered lifelong damage from the photo and says the brand, the photographer, and the record label intentionally marketed Spencer's CP and leveraged the shocking nature of his image to promote themselves and their music at his expense. Eldon also claims his guardians did not consent to the naked photo. He also claims he was forced to engage in commercial sex acts and that the band went back on alleged promise to conceal his genitals on the album cover. The permanent harm he has proximately suffered includes, but is not limited to, extreme and permanent emotional distress with physical manifestations, interference with his normal development and education process, lifelong loss of income earning capacity, loss of past and future wages, past and future expenses for medical and psychological treatment, loss of enjoyment of life, and other losses to be described and proven at the trial of this matter. So, wow. I actually have another article that goes into a lot more details about the photographer and the situation at hand. But before and I'm going to dig into that a little bit. I just want to start by saying I love Nirvana, right? I grew up in the 90s. I was a teenager in the 90s. So, I'm 84 child. You're an 80s baby, right?
I'm slightly older. Not
right.
Where were we both? This was a
not trying to age you, but
this was a pivotal album of our childhood or teenage years.
Huge, right?
Yeah. Yes, it was
not
everywhere.
Once in my entire life did it dawn on me that it was like a naked baby. Like I knew it was a naked baby, but I never connected it that it would be like CP, right? Child porn. Because I don't. Obviously, I'm not into that sort of thing. So, and I hope nobody here is, because you shouldn't be, because it's absolutely just disgusting and horrendous to think that. So, I thought, and what it actually says in this other article, that the point that they were trying to make was like, here's a baby in all of its innocence, swimming in a pool with a dollar bill floating on a fishing hook line, like. I mean, look at Kurt Cobain. Dude was jaded. He killed himself. Supposedly killed himself. But that's another subject. But it was an art piece. It was a graphic statement of here's a new human being already being prepped to be on the hook for on money, be hooked on money and all that, and society, and so I never made that connection. And now I'm going to read to you guys a statement from Eliza Blue. I reached out to her earlier today, and I was like, I sent her this article. I'm like, what do you think about this? What's your view on this? I had a little chat with her, and she said, she sent me this statement, and she's like, this is what I sent to the person who reached out to me, also the one who wrote the article. It's like, all right. She says this: the Nirvana baby lawsuit is a new one, even for me. Just when I think I've seen it all, something new pops up. As a survivor, I can say that being exploited sexually can take months or years to sink in. An exploited survivor can realize long after abuse that they have been exploited. No one should have images or videos shared of them without consent. The Nirvana baby case will test the meaning of the term child pornography. I am interested in this case mostly because if it is decided that the album cover is indeed child sexual abuse material, we have a massive problem. It will serve as the most distributed CSAM in history. This would create massive problems moving forward for folks who own a hard copy or even a t-shirt depicting of the album cover. In this case, I am letting the courts decide. I believe that the voices of the survivors should be heard. I'm grateful, if nothing else, that the Nirvana baby is bringing attention to the problem. In 2020 alone, over 65 million child sexual abuse materials was reported to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. In the last 3 months on Facebook, Facebook has removed 30 million CSAM accounts. This is a 400% increase. We need attention as a society on this issue. And if nothing else happens with this case, I'm grateful that the Nirvana baby is making this issue a pop culture conversation. It's like, it is tough, right? Because as I said, it's like, I didn't look at that and go, oh, that's a naked baby. Why are you showing a naked baby? Because like, it's like, it's a baby. Like it's, like I'm not, babies run around on the beach naked sometimes. It's like, whatever, they're running around naked. It's a baby. Like it's a new human. Like it doesn't dawn on me that like there might be some creep, over in the bushes looking at that baby, like getting his rocks off, which is absolutely disgusting. But that probably happened to this album. Who's to say it didn't? I don't know.
It did, and I don't want to seem as though I'm insensitive to the issue because I do have a great deal of sympathy and I appreciate Eliza's statement. I think it's really balanced, and it's like it's kind of like we have to let people decide. We have to let this, we have to let arguments be presented, and I certainly want to keep an open mind to that. I will say, so I actually have a friend who I was talking about this with yesterday, and he's actually read the lawsuit. And something that was a little bit odd to me, and please, fact check me if you've heard something differently, but he said that he was only suing for like $5,000 per like.
It's actually
group?
$150,000 per person. So it's everyone that was in the band. Well, Kurt Cobain's estate, and then the other two members, and then the record label, and then the producer, I think, and then the photographer, the person who actually took the picture.
So that starts to seem a little bit more normal to me, but still, I mean, for what he is claiming has happened, that does seem like an incredibly low number to me, which makes
so what should he have gone millions of dollars, millions and millions?
Well, yes, I mean, for the amount of damage that he's claiming, yeah, absolutely, and that to me just and people have to make their own choices, but it strikes me as a little bit odd as someone who, because he recreated this photo every single year for years and years.
Not every single year.
Well, a lot of
specific years. I actually have it. He's done it a few times, where he's actually, here's him.
He's recreated
at the 25-year anniversary. He did it at the 10-year anniversary and the 20-year anniversary. So he's done it 4 times. So he's gone and done this. So there is a thought
and
to
that's
like,
not to
is he using this and making people know that he's that baby? Because like he goes on and is talking to who the New York Times. So the New York Times hit him up, and of course the New York Times, like, whatever, and he's telling them, and he's like, there's no one, everyone has seen my genitals basically, and it's like, I mean, well, you were a baby. I mean, all right. It's like, you didn't have to, like, in your teenage years, let people know that you're the baby. Exactly. Like, you're letting people know, you are owning it. You were probably profiting off of it after the fact.
He could have gone his entire life being completely anonymous as this baby. Now, that's not to say, and again, I have to take Eliza's point, like, that's not to say that at some point this isn't going to hit him and he could have that moment. But I also want to say this, like, this is, I perceive this to be an art piece. It is a commentary on our society.
Exactly. I agree with that. It is an art piece to me.
I have to say that, again, we have to just see what people decide, but we can't always control how art is used. Right. We can't control how it's used. We can't always control how it's interpreted. And I don't think that it was taken with any intent of it being CP.
Exactly. I agree with that. I don't think there was an intent as if, they were like, oh, we're going to put CP on our album cover. No, they were, they were an edgy band in the 90s that couldn't stand the establishment and, damn the man. And this was an image of that, an innocent baby being influenced by money immediately in life. It's like at 4 months old.
And I'm really reticent, honestly, because I think that, art is a creative process, and sometimes you throw things at the wall, and sometimes you have to, sometimes, frankly, when you're in the process of creating art, you cross the line. Yeah. You just do. And that's part of the process. And then you're supposed to kind of figure out how to rein it back in. The 90s were a different time. They
paid him $400. $400 for that picture of him.
Yeah, but they also probably had no idea how big that album was going to be.
That's a good point. That you know what,
Nirvana wasn't famous.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a good point. I mean, it wasn't. They had no idea. What if it bombed? What if this album didn't go anywhere? What if Nirvana didn't become such a huge name in the music industry, and that this guy wouldn't have been able to recreate it because he probably wouldn't have gotten paid for those recreations because no one would have known.
And frankly, all the more reason for him to have sued for a whole heck of a lot more than $150,000.
Well, it's probably more along the lines of $600,000 to $750,000 after it's all added up, almost $1 million.
But even still, I mean, I think we can make the argument that he could have sued for a lot more. So I don't know. The whole thing seems a little bit fishy to me, and I'm skeptical about it. But I also, I want to be balanced here. I understand at the same time why it could be concerning. And I think I got to go with what Eliza said. And we just have to let we have to let the courts decide. We have to see.
I think if he sued for millions and millions of dollars, it would be more along the lines of he's just trying to grift it. I've seen some people in chat saying grifter, and it's like, I don't want to discredit the fact that he didn't consent. He was 4 months old. You cannot take the fact away that he could never have known what that someone took a picture of, and his picture of the naked child was sold on an album cover that is everywhere, that is all across the planet, millions and millions of his image sold without his consent. That is still true. So it's like whether, it really is up to the courts now to decide whether or not to me, I don't think it's CP. I don't think it is.
I think it's art.
It's art. And the fact that we're going to make an image of a naked baby just floating, it's like, now we have, I mean, this is a whole nother segment that I really want to talk about, is this whole Apple thing. Have you heard about Apple scanning people's phones?
Yes.
So it's like, God. If I'm going to be a father soon, right? I'm not pregnant yet. All right. But there's no doubt in my mind. I have a house now. I have an amazing partner. We're going to have a child in the next, probably 2, I don't know, in the next 5 years. I'm going to have some kids. I'm going to be a dad, and I'm going to be taking pictures all the time of these kids. Right. And they're probably going to be naked. And I'm not taking them, they're going to be in the bath and they're going to be smiling, holding some bubbles on their face. So it's like, I'm not taking a picture of them because they're naked. I'm taking because I love my kids. They're and I want to send it to my dad and be like, Dad, check out your new grandparents, or your grandkids. It's like, it's an Apple. So I have an Apple phone. I want to get rid of it. I want to get rid of it because, I don't want them to suddenly kick my door down because I have pictures of my own children on my phone, because they didn't want to unlock the phone for a felon that was breaking the law to the government. They were like, oh, that's breaking the rules. Now they're going to be scanning everyone's phone for child abuse. And it's like, well, I mean, I like where their head's at without wanting to stop child abuse. That's where their head's at on the surface. On the surface, Karlyn. But that's the problem, right? That's the problem, because it opens the door for them to be able to just look at you're probably talking about anything near your phone, you suddenly get ads for the stuff. So it's already happening anyway, right? But it's absolutely ridiculous.
Invasion of privacy.
Exactly. So I don't know. We're going to have to hear about what happens with this Nirvana baby. And, because The photographer that took his picture took many. He wasn't the only baby that was given to Nirvana to pick. He photographed many naked babies in a pool because that's what they wanted. So it's like, all right, so is that photographer now like I don't even know what they would be
felon?
called, like a CP photographer? You know, is he going to be a felon now and be arrested for an art piece where people were okay with their babies being photographed for it?
I mean, the baby just didn't end up there on its own. Someone brought the baby to the thing, right?
Exactly.
I really just hope that this is going to be presented and decided in a reasonable, frankly, unemotional way. And I understand that it's an emotional topic and it's a very sensitive topic, but the only way that this is going to be decided fairly if it's decided in an unemotional way.
Well, good luck with that then. I mean,
I know I'm living in a fantasy land of rainbows and unicorns. We don't do that anymore.
That's literally why we got to where we're at, is because they threw logic out the window and it's all 100% emotions.
Yep.
So what is that art piece behind you? I'm sorry.
Which one? With the head or the girl? Which one?
Wow, I just noticed the head exploding. It looks like cotton colorful. Is that an earth?
Yeah. No, well, it's a headlight. Well, that's actually like the head of the guy. So yeah, so this one, the girl, this is an artist named Romero Brito, and he's one of my favorite artists. He's actually he started this movement called Happy Art. You can see his art everywhere. And then this is a girl that I just thought she looked un-F-withable. And so I liked it for that reason.
Yeah.
And then
this guy?
This is an artist that I really like named Create, K-R-E, the number 8. And if you follow his stuff on Instagram, I have so much of his art. This is a print right here, but I have an original downstairs, and I just got another. I'm addicted to Create. He's awesome. He's amazing.
Nice. Nice. All right. So next we're going to be talking about Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
We got to be careful because, I mean, you're on 2 strikes. I just got over 2 strikes. I don't have any strikes now.
I mean, I don't think I can get an additional strike on your channel. I don't know. Maybe YouTube will push the bounds.
I don't want another strike. All right. I don't want to strike. But I got to make fun of Krispy Kreme a little bit. And I guess the Democrats as well. And I got to be careful about this because and you'll understand. Let me just show you guys this article. All right. This is what I'm talking about here. 1 week only. COVID vaccine offers. Krispy Kreme is giving 2 donuts for free every day. That's right. As the U.S. continues to scale COVID-19 vaccinations, Krispy Kreme wanted to find a way to show our support for those who are protecting themselves and others by getting vaccinated. For 1 week only, 8:30 to 9:15, anyone who shows their COVID-19 vaccination record card will receive 2 free donuts, an original glazed donut and an original glazed heart donut. Share your original glazed heart donut with a friend or family and be sweet to your community.
But it's a heart, Adam. It's a heart. How could a heart be bad?
Okay.
Why do you hate love?
I want to say so many things right now, but certain things I can't say because I know that they're gonna be like, strike, nope, strike. One
of the best things that people can do for themselves is to go to the gym.
Thank you. Just a blank statement. Not pertaining to anything else, but I agree with that. Workout, be healthy. It's a great way of being.
It's an activity.
Right.
I've recently started going back to the gym after my back has been hurt for effing ever. It's not easy, but it is the right thing to do.
I got a lawnmower. I'm going to start pushing around.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to lawn mow today because it was raining all day. I'm really upset. But I did get a lawnmower, by the way, yesterday. I bought one.
You got a push one and not a riding one?
I did. Yeah, I got a push one.
Get the extra steps.
Speaking of working out, you know what I'm saying?
Steps.
Because working out is healthy for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Walking is healthy for you.
Yeah. You know what's not healthy for you?
Krispy Kreme donuts.
Sugar.
Krispy Kreme donuts is not healthy for you.
Even though they're delicious.
But for some reason,
they're delicious.
They feel the need to reward people with unhealthy Krispy Kreme donuts. Anyway, I was laughing because if you scroll down, they talk about what qualifies. How do I prove it? I'll just show your card. You can't use a sticker. It's got to be the card. They won't hold on to any information because it's personal, blah, blah, yada, yada. Where can I redeem it? All locations. But what if I don't want to be vaccinated? Can I still get this offer? Listen to what they say here. We understand that choosing to receive the COVID vaccine is a highly personal decision. We advise all employees and guests to consult with their healthcare provider regarding whether to obtain the vaccine or not, and which vaccine. Oh, not, just whether to obtain the vaccine and which vaccine to receive after reviewing the available information. If you have made the personal decision not to receive the COVID vaccine, you can still purchase the donut, the heart donut. So that was a roundabout way of saying, no, you can't. They didn't even say no. They just said, well, you could do this. Doesn't that sound like a Democratic way of saying something too?
I don't know, Adam. I feel like it's a little bit ableist, to be honest. I feel like they're discriminating against people that have different reasons why they can't get different things in their arm. And I feel it's a little bit ableist, honestly. I do. I feel like Krispy Kreme is an oppressor in this circumstance. And really, I mean, a little bit racist too, if I'm honest, because
it's racist, yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely racist. Yeah,
it's absolutely racist. For those who don't know, I mean, I had Clifton on the show last week. Sometime in the last couple of weeks, Clifton was on my show. We were talking about how with the numbers of which races were getting the vax or not, and it turns out it's pretty racist to deny people anything, whether they're vaxxed or not. But that being said, please follow your doctor's advice and not the government or celebrities. But I do want to make one, or us. Yeah, right. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor.
I'm not that kind of doctor. I'm a different kind of doctor.
Go to your doctor and listen to your doctor's advice. And also, Krispy Kremes are not healthy for you. But I thought it was really funny that Krispy Kreme came out and announced this. Krispy Kreme warns donut price inflation to hit next week. That's right. They're raising their prices. Why? Because they're giving out free donuts.
They're giving out free donuts.
So guess who's going to pay for it in like a month or two? You are.
You're going to pay for it whether you're vaccinated or not.
Oh, man. Yeah, exactly. Americans are hooked on the sugary donuts and may find out next. Blah, 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 blah. No, they're not. I don't like
they
sugary.
Are delicious. They are.
I don't really do sugar though. Someone in chat just said Krispy Kremes aren't that good. I agree. They're not that good.
I've only had like one or two in my life. And listen, the last time I had a Krispy Kreme was like a long time ago, but they were really good. But like back in the day, like they used to actually like I'm not talking about like stuff that got delivered to the store. I'm talking about like stuff that was like made in the stores. It was like back in the day. Really good. Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
No, that probably doesn't. So they probably
I'll take a freshly baked Philly pretzel any day over any donut. Literally any donut. Have you ever did you have one of those when you were in Philly?
I don't think so.
A real Philly pretzel?
I don't think I had a Philly pretzel.
Yeah, they're totally different. If you shout out to all my Philly folks that I don't know how many people are in Philadelphia right now, but Philly pretzels are unlike pretzels anywhere else in the world. They are just absolutely fantastic. It's just like kind of like bready also, but they're pretzels and they're like they're like this long. They're folded really cool. You know what they kind of look like? Remember, you ever do the S where you do the three lines and the three lines?
And then you connect them like
that. Know? And they could do the Z if you do it wrong. And then you're like, oh, wait, I did a Z. You got to do it.
And you could do a whole bunch of spirals if you did a whole bunch of lines.
Yeah, keep them going.
Down the paper. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what they look like. I don't know. So,
next time I'm in Philadelphia.
Yo, you got to try it. You got to try it. Oh my gosh. All of the super chats just disappeared because I haven't had that window open. That's okay. I know how to find it. And luckily YouTube is allowing me to get to my super chats. There was a time where for a while where where you in the YouTube spot where you go to your super chats.
Yeah.
It wasn't letting me like see all where it got that pop-up window. It shows you them all. It was gone.
You know where we're going to have super chats soon, Adam.
Where locals?
Locals.
Really?
Locals is adding super chats. Locals has just launched live streaming. They're going to, I talked to them yesterday. They're going to launch the ability for you to bring on a guest in your Locals exclusive live stream. They're going to be launching, yes, like this. They're going to be launching super chats, and they're going to be launching the ability to like share your screen. And apparently there are workarounds for it now. So Locals, get on our Locals.
So the same way that I am streaming so I'm on StreamYard right here, right?
Yeah.
But I'm also, obviously everyone's watching us on YouTube. Will I be able to do that as well?
I'm not sure. So it's going to be like that experience. I'm not sure if you can connect from StreamYard to Locals, but that's certainly something that we can say, like, we want to do this, and they can build it for us.
That would be huge. If
I agree. We should tell them that.
Multi-stream, because if I could do that, like that would be, like, I wouldn't need StreamYard anymore. I'd be done with this.
Be game changing.
And then I can actually turn off the YouTube stream part and give you guys my real thoughts on specific things like Krispy Kremes,
where we can't get a strike
and Bribes
for no reason. YouTube
with Krispy Kremes. I mean, that's all I'm going to say with that. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed to me, please do subscribe. Thank you for sharing my videos. Also, I see a lot of you out there sharing my videos. That is absolutely the best, because obviously it gets my show out there. And definitely go support Karlyn. Down below, you can click on her YouTube page and also her Twitter page. You can follow her over on Locals, which kb.locals.com. You can find me over there as well, adamkrigler.locals.com. Definitely come check us out. You can support us over there also. We get a much better cut than
we get YouTube. A lot more. We get a lot more.
Saying.
And if you come to my Locals tonight, we're watching Harrison Bergeron at 9:00.
There you go.
Like an hour and a half. We're doing a movie night.
Oh, movie night over at Karlyn's Locals. That's fun. All right, let's get into some supers. I'm sure we got some questions. Robert Wiles, of course, hitting it up first. I hope this makes Betty's day and makes her smile. Diana, my mom is doing much better today. Thanks for all the kind words and prayers. Be blessed. See, this is
Robert.
This is my chat, right? My chat, and Robert, of course, is included, because it happens often where it's not even to me anymore. They're literally super chatting to have me say things to other people in chat. That's how dope my chat is. Chat, you guys are the best. Mark G says, F the Fed. No lies detected. Andrea and Zachary IVF Fund says the Jen Psaki press conference right after Biden's is equally as embarrassing. She has no clue what she is doing. I'm almost bummed that I missed that train wreck, but it's Twitter, and I'm sure they're going to be all the juicy highlights from that train wreck as well, because we had to go live. So
got other priorities, man. Other priorities.
Yeah, other priorities. You know what? Let me put this.
We suffered through one. We don't need two.
Yeah, my right. Jeez, man. Episode 234. It's so
wow.
We're just
good
cranking
for you,
through
Adam.
these, right? Thank you. I'm hyped
It's a lot of work. People don't realize how much work this is. Like, I'm not going to do a daily show. It is a lot of work.
I read a lot of news.
Yeah.
I read a lot of news. So I've been, but I've been having fun. You know what? But there's something to be said about being in my own house. Like you said it, like there's a change that you can feel.
Yeah, your energy is so much better than it was before. I think it's so good. It's always like a weight has been lifted. You seem in a really great place. And listen, like, this is not the worst job in the world to have. Like, let's just, like, sometimes like I hate it. Like, I really don't like being on YouTube at all. Like,
I love it.
Well, it's like I don't like being on camera, right? And I never envisioned myself being like in public. Like, you were a model. I am obviously not a model. So, but you know what? Listen, on the list of like worst jobs in the world, ours doesn't really rank. Like, let's be honest.
I read news and talk my opinion on the internet. And
exactly, I complain online.
Seem to like it, and it's like, all right, you know what? That's pretty good. That's a pretty good way of being. Let's see here. Mr. Knox says, good to see Karlyn on the show. Agreed. Robert Wild says, glad to see you both back on the show together. This should make you laugh. I used to use my fake leg for a bat when I played baseball as a kid.
That's what you got to do, man. Good for you,
great.
Robert.
I love it. You lean into it. Do you see what I did there? Lean into it. Maybe Nisha. No, that's not bad. How did he? Oh, maybe Nisha will think it was funny. She loves puns. My question though is, did he have like a baseball leg or something? Like, you should have like had a leg, like a peg leg, You know what I mean? Like, and you really lean into it anyway. All right, let's
like a pirate.
Yeah, but a baseball pirate.
Yeah,
you know, so that it looks like a baseball bat. Anyway, tune in. Dropout says a dark day in American history. Our leaders went woke. Now look like a joke. You know what? I forgot to show people. You know what I forgot to show everybody?
What?
Hold on.
Do it.
I forgot to show everybody this clip. All right, so I'm kind of bummed that I didn't show this when we were talking about Biden. But for those who are still with us right now, imagine our surprise. All right, when lightning struck the White House when Biden was talking. Look at this.
Sound on, right? Sound on.
Can you hear it? The rain?
No, I can't hear it.
You couldn't hear that rain?
I couldn't hear it. I heard it like I think off of like a speaker. It was very soft.
Okay, hold on. I got to give you guys.
You have to have the sound up for this. You have.
I have to. I'm good. Oh, give me a second, because this absolutely is. Share audio. I didn't do it. Okay. Here it is. Okay. Okay, you guys. This is bonkers.
Yeah.
It's kind of loud, actually. Let me turn it down a little bit. Woo! Dude, he even shook. He was like, hey! Oh, man. Someone said they heard it, but they thought it was a joke. No. Dude, what, did he have to go change his pants? I mean, he dipped out. He was like, I'm done. I'm out. Like, nope, I'm going inside. Yeah, yo.
It was like the calmest run inside ever.
What do you think that means?
It's a sign from the universe, Adam. It is a sign from the universe will always tell us what we need to know. And that was a sign from the universe if I've ever seen one.
Oh my gosh. I got a super chat jump within the super chat. That's amazing. Let me find out where I was. I have no idea. Wow. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It's amazing to see. Let's see here. Mark G says, experts and Susan say that Karlyn is wrong and evil.
Okay. Why am I evil?
No, it's a joke.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Experts say, and Susan, YouTube. YouTube Susan.
I don't watch YouTube is the thing.
No, she's the CEO of YouTube.
Oh,
Susan.
that's Susan. Oh, yeah.
That's Susan.
Got it.
YouTube
it
Susan.
Took me a second. I'm sorry. I'm old. I'm sorry. I'm old.
And experts, when experts say, I mean, most people will just instantly believe. Yeah, experts. Sorry, I'll do quotes next time, I guess. Mark Robershaw says, oh, it's Bay and Bay 2.
Okay.
Well, which one's which?
I don't know.
I'm Bay. You're Bay 2.
You have to be Bay.
It's obviously my show. I'm Bay, obviously.
Your channel. I'll give it to you.
Robershaw again says, yes, we chat are amazing and you simp for us.
Adam does simp for you guys. He does.
It's true. It's true. Tune in, drop out. Actually, that was a $25 super chat. Thank you so much. I just saw that. Wow, I really appreciate that support, mate. That's awesome. Mark G says, America is dead. Time to roll out Greater Texas after we clean up Austin and Houston and remind them of what true Texans are and kick out Abbott too.
No. You got to get to the free state of New Hampshire.
Yo, I hear good things about New Hampshire.
New Hampshire, like a quarter of our house, like a House of Representatives, are made up of libertarians. We got the Free State Project here. We probably have the largest like concentration of libertarians in like one small area, and we have we have the lowest tax burden. We have the most libertarian budget in the history of the state this year. It's a good place to be, man. I'm telling you, New Hampshire.
Yeah, I like New Hampshire. It's a pretty place. Where are we? Mr. Knox says the world is watching, and Biden looks even more weak. The people who died is on his hands. He needs to be impeached. Yeah. What did Trump get impeached for?
A phone call.
A phone call.
And then he got impeached for making a speech and telling people to walk peacefully to the Capitol.
Right.
Impeachment 2.
And why isn't people demanding that we impeach Joseph Biden?
Because Joe Biden should absolutely be impeached for that.
Absolutely.
100%.
He's got blood on his hands and he's going, well, Trump. Well, this kind of thing happens with every withdrawal. No, it's your fault, dude. Your fault. Someone said, don't Ducey asked him, he said, don't you think that it's your fault? Like, or that you should, take to honor, or like, what did it? And he said, well, I do fundamentally, he said, it's like,
yes, I take responsibility, but it was all Trump's fault.
But, Trump wanted to withdraw. So it's like, yeah, but he had a plan in place.
He had
conditions that had to be met, or else he would have dropped the hammer down.
And Joe Biden and the generals messed around, and they delayed the timeline, and they totally broke the agreement. And they only did it because they wanted to withdraw on September 11th for a photo op. That was all they wanted, was a photo op.
Exactly. It's shameful. Selly says, Joseph Biden, quote, "We will not forgive." Also, Joseph Biden, Lord, send me. Jesus taught forgiveness. Joe, using the Bible for hypocritic sacrilege. I don't even understand the super chat, but you get the point.
Yeah, I'll say this, though, and this actually scared me in the speech, because there was a part of the speech where he was like, we will not forget, we will come after you. I was like, he's going to start another war.
I saw your tweet about that. I know. Okay, wait, I figured out the super chat. I thought it was all a quote from Joe Biden, but it's one is him saying, we will not forgive. The next one is, Lord, send me. And now she says now, she's talking to Joe, Jesus taught forgiveness, Joe. Using the Bible for PR, hypocritic sacrilege, Joe.
But he's such a staunch Catholic, don't you know?
BS. Ryu with the $10 super chat says, prepare the host one age and killing of U.S. citizens videos, or the hostage and killing of them. Those videos, definitely to be posted on 9/11 from the Taliban. Oh man, probably. And ISIS they're the ones who supposedly, although I don't know what to believe anymore.
They're working together, please.
Yeah, well, supposedly ISIS thinks that the Taliban is too liberal, and it's like,
oh, come on.
Yeah, the straight up. That's what is it? CNN. I think CNN reported that. I'm not sure, but I read a lot of articles. You should
definitely be taking that as the God's honest truth, then, Adam.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you learned nothing?
Mark G says, the 29th anniversary of Ruby Ridge is this week.
Wow.
F the Fed.
Yeah.
Robert Shaw says, Afghanistan is a global smear on the face of the U.S. No, on Biden. It's across Biden's face, and Milley, and all the rest of these generals that are just, well, I want to understand white rage. I'm a white man. I want to understand it.
Then go to therapy. You don't need to corrupt the military to understand your own issues. Go to therapy.
That just means you have anger problems, and that exists in anyone. Anyone could have that. It has nothing to do with you being a white man. Shut up.
You can go to the weekly meeting of the guilty white men in your church basement or whatever and confess your inherent racism to each other. You don't have to ruin the military.
Mr. Squiggle says they should just done it in May. Apparently, Trump scheduled it for May because that's the month of Ramadan. Taliban would have been less likely to attack then. See, now that is smart. That's what a smart president would do.
Well, yeah, because I heard, isn't this fighting season? They actually have a fighting season in Afghanistan. And so this is literally fighting season.
Yep, they're ready for it.
What is going on?
Sarix with a $10 super chat says it's not just Biden with blood on his hands. Every single person that voted for him, those who cheered for the fortified election, should never escape being told they're responsible. I'll die on this hill. You know what? I agree with that. with that. You voted for it. And then people are like, oh, whatever. Well, it's not like I'm the one who did it. It's like, yeah, you voted for him.
You did.
You
chose you did.
You didn't want mean tweets anymore. You wanted this bumbling old man that has no purpose sitting in that seat in the Oval Office because he is not mentally capable of handling himself. That is on you. Not obviously my chat.
81 million people.
Yeah, 81 million people. My ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to say it. All right.
You don't want that strike, Adam. Don't get that strike. You're like, it's worth it.
That that wasn't dead people. Redacted says Biden changes Trump's plan, but it's Trump's fault. Exactly. That's what they believe. That's what they say. They're like, well, Biden's the one who wanted to get out of there, or Trump's the one who wanted to get out of there. Biden he was man enough to do it. It's like, are you serious?
But the Democrats buy it. They buy it. Dude, they're like, it's all Trump's fault. Like
sheep. They're sheep.
Trump is playing golf in Florida. Leave him alone.
No, I think he's prepping.
He's planning a run. Yeah.
He's losing weight.
Is he?
Yeah.
Good for Trump,
according to Sean Spicer, he had an interview. I mean, he's selling a book, but so he's got to give a little bit tidbits of information, like, hey, Trump's planning on running, and he's packed a little bit of the weight away, which, as we kind of discussed earlier, is good for your health.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing for your health.
It's good to go to the gym.
That you can do that.
It makes you feel good. It makes you feel strong.
Mm-hmm. It helps your immune system stay strong.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, because by the way, we have an immune system.
We do.
Human body. If you've forgotten, I feel like a lot of people have forgotten that for some reason. Okay, where was I here? Mr. Knox says Islamic State Khorasan is the new IS group born under Biden, like ISIS born under Obama. Interesting. I don't know them.
This is another good point. ISIS was basically gone under Trump. Trump got rid of ISIS. He took care of that problem, and now they're back. Who's president? Not Trump. Coincidence?
It's Biden's fault.
It's Biden's fault.
It's Biden's fault.
His fault.
There is blood on his hand. Jasmine with 10 Canadian. Canadian here. We condemn this insanity. Praying for a Trudeau fall September 20th. I would love for that man to no longer be in office. I really hope Canada gets his act together, because
for real, Canada, what's going on? Come on, you're gonna go the weight of Australia if you don't get him out of office.
It feels like everyone wants that. It's pretty insane. Get a pair with Sully says, until Valhalla, semper fidelis to my brothers. All of us Marines are enraged and in mourning. Hoorah! My brother just finished his tour with the Marines. Very proud. I was actually just recently at the Marines museum down outside of not Quantico. Is it Quantico? South of DC?
It would be Quantico, yeah.
South of DC, yeah. And it was amazing to see how long they've been operating, and what they've done for this country. And now we've had shamefully lost on Biden. He, with his bumbled withdrawal, we now have lost 11 Marines and one Navy medic. It's such a shame. So thank you for that super chat, sir. Mark G says, Biden shouldn't resign. Both Kamala and him, along with the top Democrat leaders, should be tried and prosecuted for treason for violating our rights. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Wolfgram says Kamala Harris is like an NPC you don't want to talk to. Yeah, I could see that. I wouldn't want to talk to her. Just hear that cackle, and I just go walk the other direction.
Hey, so Adam, can I break news on your show?
Yeah. What's up?
So did you hear that these Capitol Police are suing Trump and a whole bunch of other people?
Yeah, I did.
One of the people named in the lawsuit is Brandon Strzok from Walkaway.
Are you serious?
I just got the he just texted me literally right now.
Can we talk about that? I mean, is it fine?
Yeah, I mean, he's literally. I mean, he texted
he's listed.
me.
He's listed in the lawsuit.
Listed as a defendant in the lawsuit. I'll tell you exactly who's in the lawsuit. It's Trump. It's Ali Alexander.
Alex Jones.
Roger Stone. Proud Boys. Enrique.
I thought they listed Alex Jones too, but
I don't see Alex Jones.
Probably not, because there's video of him on a megaphone say, "Be peaceful, stop fighting." Like, this is ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I mean, Brandon is so peaceful,
the best guy in the world.
Dude, he's
honestly.
so awesome. Like, man, Brandon is awesome, and they don't want him because he is. He's got a following.
So effective.
And he's effective at showing that the Democrats are crazy and just use people for what their ideologies are. And Brandon's like, no, I don't adhere to that.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to Brandon. Brandon, I'm
we
sorry
love you,
that
Brandon.
I'm going through this, man. It is absolutely ridiculous and it's absolutely unfair.
Well,
someone just asked who he is. Brandon is. Someone said he went to prison. Did he go to jail?
Well,
he didn't go to jail, right?
He got arrested for January 6th. He was in jail for a couple of days, I think. He is not in jail now. He has not been in jail in a really long time. And actually, he should be getting news about his case today. They're hopeful that it's going to conclude. And Walkaway has been busy since Brandon is gone. I cannot wait for you guys to see what they've built. I've seen some of it. It's incredible.
I don't know anything.
Oh, it's incredible. And I can't talk about it. I'm going to be having the Damian Jarrett from Walkaway on my channel once the strike is resolved, but it's going to come back really, really strong. It hasn't gone anywhere. They've been working really hard, but Brandon is doing great.
Awesome.
Despite all this nonsense.
Well, that's a segment that I was probably going to be talking about, but that I mean, shout out to Brandon because he's great.
Brandon.
And even chat's saying they stand with you, Brandon. All right, so let's see, where were we? Dragon Water says because. Okay, well, thanks for the super chat. I don't know what we were talking about then, but thank you. Chancho says, I live in El Paso. Kamala came here because you could be a literal bag of burning poop, run as a Democrat, and still win. It's one of those cities in Texas, huh? One of those. One of them Austins.
You need to move to New Hampshire. New Hampshire.
You know what? That's why they're so deathly afraid of Larry Elder. Because Larry Elder will turn California red. He will make people realize that being a Democrat isn't just, you shouldn't just think, I should just be a Democrat, because that's the right way of being. That's literally how Democrats get elected, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna take an.
I know you're not a Republican anymore. No, I don't want to get in this.
No, I just want to say I think I think Newsom's gonna win. I think Newsom's gonna win.
Cheating.
And I don't mind.
I think he's gonna cheat.
Well, that's exactly. Well, I didn't want to say it. I didn't know.
I'll say it.
Oh yeah,
it's my show. I'll say it. He's definitely going to cheat.
They can print ballots at home. They're going to cheat. I think Gavin Newsom is going to win.
And not only that, once you put it in the envelope, you can see if it's the person wants to vote for recall or not. What?
Yep. They're going to cheat.
Are you kidding me? Nobody wants Gavin Newsom in power. Nobody. Literally everyone I know in California cannot stand him. I asked them, hey, do you know anyone else that actually wants to, get rid of him? Literally everyone wants to get rid of Gavin Newsom. Everybody. Everyone I know.
And I'm not I was a Republican for about 15 minutes. I'm not anymore. But it was a one-night stand. It was a horrible mistake. But I would love to be wrong about this. I think that Larry Elder would be far better for California than Gavin Newsom would be. So I would love to be wrong. I'm not just bitter about the Republicans. I just think they're going to cheat.
Mark G says the media the media turning on Biden is planned. That's not really surprising because think about it, right? He's an old man. He's at the all right, hey, listen, Biden, for a year, you're going to be propped up and people are going to hate you. We're going to make some people love you. But you're going to resign after, getting old and you can go live in peace. We just need you to be the poster head, the figurehead of this, right? I mean, it's not that far-fetched. Right? I don't know. Could happen. Jason Dixon says Republicans are going to landslide in 2022. My God, I wouldn't be surprised, but I also, I honestly, if it went either direction, it's not going to surprise me because if it's a landslide, I'll be like, yeah, that's probably because the Democrats are the worst. And then if it isn't a landslide, I'd be like, yeah, well, it's because the Democrats have the masses in a mass psychosis.
The GOP is just ragingly incompetent.
Yeah, that also.
Let's be honest, the GOP is ragingly incompetent.
I feel like that's the U.S. government.
Yeah,
in a nutshell.
Yeah, I agree. The Democrats and Republicans are two sides of the same coin.
Sejong says there's a point where we have gone past the pale in American politics, and we are so over it. We've lost sight of it behind us. Semper Fi, my bros. Semper Fi. Jim says Tim Kennedy is in Afghanistan right now on his own dime, evacuating people using aircraft donated by U.S. businesses. Organization is Save Our Allies. I'm definitely going to check that out. Tim Kennedy, huh? Let me just, I want to check this out. Awesome. I'm going to check that out. That's incredible. On his own dime, going to save people. Like that's dope. Mark G says nudity equals nudity exclamation point equals pronoun must be explicitly charged. I don't know exactly what you're saying there, but
I think I might interpret it as like the baby being naked indicates that they actually have an assigned gender of some sort, and that would be bad.
A pronoun.
So, well, I mean, does gender even exist anymore, Adam?
Anymore.
I
recently
I recently got introduced to a Tumblr with like 87,000 different genders. There apparently is a gender if you feel like a bog. It's called bog bodies. You might feel like a bog or a swamp. There's a gender for if your gender changes with the seasons. There, I swear to God. There are 87,000 genders. Do you feel like a bog today, Adam? Do you feel like a swamp monster today?
It's the only time I've ever felt like a bog.
There's a whole category of genders that are just described based on feelings. And so what they all say is it's really hard to describe. You just have to have that feeling.
Oh, gosh. Absolutely ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Mark G just says that does not equal. What does exclamation point equals mean? He says he didn't. He's in chat. He's saying I forgot that it's not universal. Like, what does it mean? I've never seen it before. So just tag me so I can see. Maybe I can catch it. Let's see here. Failrus says he admitted that for one of the anniversary photos, he wanted to do it naked, but the photographer said no. So cry me a river about emotional distress. Mm-hmm. Well, in the interview, he claims that he said, well, let's do it naked, but then actually I don't really want to. Maybe that would be weird. So I don't know. Who knows, right? Yeah. Okay, so it means does not equal.
Oh, does not equal.
Ah, okay. So let me just. Nudity does not equal. What's PRON? Like pronoun?
Porn.
Oh, it's not. Thank you. All right. You could.
I'm not sure if I should have just shouted that or not, but it just popped into my mind.
Are you not? Yeah, you. I know it's hard. It's hard. I know this answer.
It's like I'm in Wheel of Fortune and I figured it out.
Are you guys not allowed to? Can you not super chat if you spell it correctly? Because I've seen a couple people change the spelling on certain things. So maybe. But I agree though. Nudity does not equal porn. It doesn't. No. You know, like we are. It's.
I mean, like there have been,
it's like once you cross that line,
it's like that's drawn all the time. Nudity is like the human form is drawn all the time in art. It's depicted all the time in art.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And we are being called boomers now in chat.
We are boomers. We're old.
Whoa. No. I'm still in my 30s.
Oh, wow.
I'm still in my 30s. Karlyn?
I am 25, Adam. I don't know what you're talking about.
And you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Mr. Knox says the Nirvana cover is iconic. Who even sees it as CP? Exactly. I never even would have made that connection ever until I saw this lawsuit that just came out. And it's like, is it because I don't want to victim shame, and I don't want it to seem like I'm victim shaming, because I get it. He is in fact a victim, because I know he wasn't able to consent to being photographed as a baby and have it be sold. Like, I think what would be fair is if he got a cut of literally every single album that was sold. I think so.
I you know what? I would be fine with that.
Like, you know what? Fine. He wasn't allowed to. The court should be like, it's not child porn, but you are absolutely due to get a portion of any sale moving forward of
you
that
know what
album.
It's like? Do you remember
Period.
that movie, Captain Phillips, where it was like Tom Hanks was in it? It was about these pirates that took over. It was like, I'm the captain.
I never
now.
saw that. I never saw that. No.
But so the guy that was like, I'm the captain now, like he got paid like $70,000 for that movie or some ridiculously low fee, and he got nominated for an Oscar and all this stuff. But they came back afterwards and they gave him more money because the movie did so well, because it was a low budget movie, and they came back after and they made it right. And it's kind of like the same thing here, right? Just like make it right. Just offer a settlement. My God.
Right. Wow. Yeah, I like that. And as you said earlier, it's not like they knew it was going to be like a hit album, that it was going to be as big as it was.
Right.
Let's see here. Sandra says, no, they wanted Trump out, so propped Biden up and supported him. Let him stay and finish destroying the entire party. They can live with him and all the disasters he's causing. The rest of us will rally and get through. I mean, he's getting Americans killed. He's getting Afghans they're getting killed. Like he's getting people killed. What are we supposed? Oh, you know what? No, just let him keep killing people. No, Sandra, we can't just sit here and sit idly while he is getting people killed. All right, there needs to be a line. Trump wasn't getting people killed in bumbling the way that he got impeached because of a phone call, because he said, let's go have our voices patriotically and peacefully heard. I was there. I heard his speech. That's how he said it. Okay. And people were like, yeah, let's go. We're going to go rally in front of, and guess what? That's literally what they did. We were all congregating in front of the Capitol building, right? That's how it should be. Absolutely bonkers that's happening the way it is. Oh my goodness. Sorry. It pisses me off. Not you, Sandra, the Biden regime pisses me off. But you know what? She's got a point though, that Biden is literally destroying the Democratic Party. He's basically proving that because Democrats last year in the voting, in the primaries, were anywhere close to picking Biden or Kamala at all. And the DNC said, we don't care about your votes. We're going to put these two in.
They were so scared that Bernie was going to win that they anointed Biden.
They couldn't have that. My goodness. Svinstead says, with a 20 kron, what is that? DKK. What is that?
Not sure.
Is that Netherlands? No, not Netherlands. It's Denmark? I think it's Denmark. DKK. Denmark. I think it's Denmark. Anyway, with 20, I think crowns is Danish crowns. Anyway, I'm going to read the super chat now. Allison Chain, Unplugged for Life. Ooh, Allison Chains.
Yes.
Great band.
Yes.
Great
Man
band.
in a Box will be stuck in my head all night now. Thank you.
Wrestler Town says, in the end, Nirvana made a lot of money off that baby's nakedness. That baby is under no obligation to react in a way that Nirvana expects of it. All right. I mean...
Well, Nirvana also did pay the baby an agreed upon fee at the time. But I think, you know, again, like I would be completely in favor of like a settlement being offered. Just to,
I think a settlement.
They made a lot of money. There's a big estate. Like,
Mark G says, look up the Miller test for obscene determination. All right, I'll check it out. Just write that down. Remember? All right, then we got Joe Biden's dentures says, which race does critical race theory demonize? Seems
all of them.
Self-evident.
All of them. Critical race theory says that African Americans cannot get an ID.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna save this for when you're on my next. Let's talk about it next week. You want to come on Thursday next week?
I'll come on Thursday next week.
You haven't been on my show in a while, and you took some heat on the internet.
Pissed some people off.
I'm sure you're still getting heat from this.
Oh yeah.
And I know it has everything to do with this, and I happen to disagree with you, but that's fine.
That's fine.
On certain points, because you're not wrong.
Oh, I know. I'm not wrong.
Oh, shut up. But I think I don't think that I want to have a conversation with you about it. All right, because I think that both sides are right and both sides are wrong. Right? You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's we're gonna chat about it, and it's about Karlyn. Karlyn's been getting attacked because people are like, critical race theory is anti-white,
and they're wrong.
And she is right. It's anti-everybody because it really does screw over everybody.
All lives matter.
But I think personally, it does pit white people as the enemy. All right, and I think that is an issue. I mean, I know
African Americans as the simpletons who can't do anything without their white saviors.
I'm not saying it's not against anyone else either. All right, that's why I said
let's have
you're
the debate
also
next
right.
Week. Let's have. It's been so
Thank
nice
you.
out of it. It's been so nice. Let's just have
no,
the debate
Karlyn,
next week.
Look, no, this is the beauty of this, right? I mean, I know your standpoint on it, and it doesn't make me like you less. Right? It's not like I'm gonna like be angry at you.
You troll me incessantly on the internet and lie about me and Photoshop my face on a pig and a cow and all these things. Okay. That's why we can have a civil conversation.
Woosah, Karlyn. Woosah. Right.
We will have a civil dialogue in which I will be proven right.
We're gonna be talking about it. I've got a lot of experience being told I'm wrong and proving myself right. Also, let me just say. Under the heat.
I have been tested by fire in the last 3 months, Adam.
Okay. All right. I did it daily for like 7 months.
Can we drink whiskey or something while we're having this debate? Nothing could possibly go excellent.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my God. This is going to be good. This is going to be fun.
We need to promote this like all week. Someone needs to make like a boxing photo of me and Adam.
Look like, over at me and do this.
Wait, which way?
Other way.
Wait, God damn it.
Other way.
Sorry, this way.
Stop swearing. All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. It just came out.
That's all right. We're in the super chats. I think we're safe-ish. Sorry, everybody, if there's kids around. I swore also. So, where were we? Pink King says, I just heard that the U.S. gave the Taliban names of the stranded Americans. How much do you want to bet they go after and kill them? Joe Biden said this. I forgot about it.
He said, screwed up.
He said so many things that I was like, why would he say that? Why are you saying that? Why would you say that? Mm-hmm. I forgot he said that. I can't believe I forgot that. He said that these are the list of approved Americans that we want over here, that are over behind the enemy lines. Don't do anything bad to them.
No, don't hunt them down or anything. Deliver them safely to the airport.
If those Americans get killed and Biden is not impeached because of it, America's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
That like already he should be impeached by getting these people killed today. Mm-hmm. All right, he should be impeached because of it. Absolutely, 100%. He messed up, and he is not even owning it. That makes it even worse. Oof.
Remember when he made that speech? Is like, I'm going to take responsibility, unlike some people, for what happens in my prayer. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But it's like, okay, Biden. Okay, you're going to take responsibility. All right. Biden. Here's a chocolate chip ice cream cone.
Yep. Redacted says Krispy Kremes are overrated. Yes, they are. Mr. Wolfgram says, Karlyn, I love your hat.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's a good hat.
A fan sent this to me.
I think it's Luke's.
I don't know where they got it from. I don't know.
From We Are Change. Mark G says, if anything, YouTube boy cover is closer to CP than this. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what that is off the top of my head.
I don't think I even want to go look.
No.
So I'll take your word for it, Mark G. Vicidia says, got here a bit late. Did you see that Bryson Gray is being targeted by the January 6th show trial? Well, that doesn't surprise.
Wait, hang on.
Is Bryson on that list?
I didn't see Bryson on the list. I did see Bryson's name in the
That's ridiculous.
Well, does Bryson have a different name? is might be the thing. I don't see
Bryson Gray is his name.
I don't see Bryson on the list in this lawsuit. I did see his name on the list of the select committee requesting documents for communications between the White House and a whole bunch of people. Brandon was on that list too. Scott Pressler was on that list. So yeah, he was on that list. Jack Posobiec was on it.
They can't stand these people that don't follow their narrative. They probably can't stand me or you.
No, we can't stand any of us. We're all going to get banned eventually, which is why you all need to join our locals. Adam's locals and my locals.
Let's see. Mark Robershaw says, I miss Grandpa Crigler. Me too. He was a great man. Nick H says, movie night. Heyo, over on her locals, watching a movie.
Yeah, Harrison Bergeron. It's a movie about the world when it's run by equity.
Oh,
what
goodness.
happens?
I don't want to see that. I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of fun. Are you gonna be drinking?
Of course, I'm gonna be drinking. Please.
Well, of course, I don't know.
Obviously.
Jeez, my goodness. Mark G says, time to sue Huggies for showing pictures of naked babies.
That is actually a really good point. That is a good point. It's a fair
Well,
point.
they got diapers on, though, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they're commercials.
Who knows?
I don't know.
No, probably not.
From the 80s?
Failed. I don't know. Who knows?
The 80s. I don't know.
Well, true. This is setting a precedent because the album came out in 92.
Yeah.
Right? I think 92. 30 years ago. It's crazy.
It's a long time ago.
29. All right. Semantics. Let's see. Ferris again says parental consent. If he was serious, sue his folks. Interesting.
I mean, his folks probably don't have as much money.
Right. Yeah. Who knows? Robert Shaw says, what about parents who have photos of their children who lack clothing, so to speak? Yeah, that was my point. Like,
yeah,
my kids are I live on a river. You know, like we're gonna like jump into the river. I'm gonna throw them in the river. I'm gonna teach them how to swim first.
I would hope so. Is it warm enough for that?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
I'm so jealous. My gosh.
Karlyn, I love my place.
I'm so jealous.
I love you get me talking about my property. I'm just like,
You got like a bench out there. You got
nice.
like a hammock or something.
Did you see it? Oh, I
did. Yeah.
I got some lawn furniture now too. I bought some lawn furniture yesterday.
Man.
So and it's like nice, made of wood, and it's like really quality. Just, you know, you got to get the good stuff. You know, it's like it's my house. I'm like getting all the proper things. Like
you're not in a frat house anymore. Like it's good.
Some would argue it would be considered a different than a frat house, but I'm not going to say those different things that I've read on the internet that I laugh every single time that I read about it, because it's hilarious to read people's thoughts on what that place is. Because I know the truth of it all. Anyway, moving on. Dat Simple Nope says, you should look at Count Dankula's opinion on the Nirvana baby case on his second channel to provide a different perspective. A different perspective than what we talked about today. What would that have been? We talked about him possibly grifting, about it actually being CP. What else?
About we had a compromise between the two where we said we mostly settled on the fact that it was art, but we kind of thought that maybe he deserved a little bit more money.
Yeah, like, you know, given
I feel like we've been pretty reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how it differs. Mark G says, if you don't smash like, Crigler will be born bald. Whoa. No. I've got really, really thick curly hair. That baby's gonna come out with like shoulder length, like curly hair.
It's gonna be coiffed already. It's gonna be like that scene in the newer Star Wars where what was his name? What is his name? The guy who played the latest Star Wars villain. What was his name? What was his name? I don't remember his name.
Which villain? What?
The latest one in the latest series of Star Wars.
Ren?
Kylo Ren. Yes, that in the first scene when Kylo Ren takes his helmet off and his hair is perfectly coiffed. That's gonna be your kid.
No, Nisha is very Swedish, and literally every Swedish baby comes out with like bright blonde hair, and I have Swedish heritage also, so they're probably gonna have blonde hair. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I will soon enough. Let's see. Somewhat skeptical Southerner says, unpopular opinion. Ooh, I love these. I prefer Collective Soul over Nirvana, and Pearl Jam is slightly overrated. Shots fired. All right. Whoa. All right. Okay, wait. You disagree?
Yes. Nirvana is far superior to Collective Soul.
I'm gonna go ahead and say something maybe unpopular. Also, I think Nirvana is overrated. Don't get me wrong, I like Nirvana, but I think they're overrated. I think if Kurt Cobain was still alive, they could have been the greatest band in a long time, because
I agree with that.
You know, it felt like he was getting out his angst. And I had music back in the day that I got out my angst. Like, I have angsty songs that I'm like, I hate things, and like, I'm just like, because music is, for me, like, I get it. I'm a musician. I vent out, and some of my songs like help me like freely. You know, I wrote about a year ago after a certain something happened that kind of threw my life in a different path, and you know, it's because it helped me get over it. But now I'm in a really wonderful place, and music is like, I'm gonna start writing music that's, you know, happy, and that's because that's how I feel now, you know. And it's like, imagine if Kurt Cobain like got out of, like, got past it all and like became like a positive person. Not to say he wasn't a positive person, but you know,
no, he wasn't. I mean, he was miserable. I mean, I don't think he was not happy. But you know, no, I agree with you. I think that, you know, I think Nirvana was brilliant. I do. I think that I would have liked to have seen where it would have gone.
Exactly. Me too.
That's
I was
all.
like, you know, live in New York, amazing though.
Yeah.
You can hear, so like the album, like the idea of Nirvana was overrated, but the passion that he had in music was undeniable, right?
And what people who are younger don't understand is, like, at the time, with what was coming out at that time, they were completely different.
True.
They were completely different than anything else, and they personified like the angst
grunge
of that moment for people who are like my age. And I think like in, I don't even know, like middle school or high school. It was like right around like that kind of age range, and that was what people were feeling at that moment. They captured the culture at that time in a way that no one else was even close to.
Yeah. And Pearl Jam, I love Pearl Jam a lot, and Eddie Vedder is absolutely an inspiration for me singing wise. Like, I wanted to be Eddie Vedder, but I could agree with that. I mean, I don't know, because every band is, I think U2 is way more overrated than Pearl Jam. You know,
I would agree with that. Yeah.
They're good. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
U2's got good songs, but like, they're not. I mean, he claimed
I don't get the appeal
than the
of
Beatles.
U2. I don't. I mean, again, they got some good songs, but I'm like, like whatever.
All right.
Let's keep going.
Robert Shaw says, "No wonder I simp for Adam. Turns out Adam is female who can get pregnant. Wow, Adam, you go, girl. No wonder you were so feisty on Baldcast. You had to take it there, didn't you? No, I mean, look, hey, if my wife gets pregnant, we are together.
Too.
Like, I'm pregnant. Like, I'm gonna have a kid. Like, come on. That's
Leave
what I mean.
alone.
You silly goose. No, I could take it. I'm fine with it. Wrestler Town says, I hate the art argument. Why does the artist get to exploit babies or cuties for art? Why isn't the artist exploiting themselves for their art?
Some do. A lot do.
True.
A lot do. This right
in this
here,
specific case,
this is a self-portrait.
I know, like, giving other examples is not what they're talking about, right? They're talking specifically about this. Like, all right, so then it should have been Kurt Cobain naked floating in the pool.
But it wouldn't have had the same social commentary. Like, this was a commentary on coming out of the womb and chasing the almighty dollar immediately.
Right.
And being born into that. I mean, it's like, and not everyone gets art, you know, and that's fine. It's not everyone's thing. But like, the social commentary would not have been the same if it was an adult.
I mean, I get what you're saying though, Wrestler Town. Mao Damighty says 0101010101010111. It continues actually for a long time. I'm not going to read the rest of those.
That is a mean super chat to send in.
So
that's mean.
If I was by myself, if I didn't have Karlyn, maybe I'd think about it. But don't get any ideas, because I reserve the right to not read super chats. Granted, I read them all, but maybe not all of them. Like, I'll read them all, but not in the entirety. Like this, for example. Sorry, Mao. Love you, buddy. Mr. Knox says, KK used to be big here in Australia, but it's not worth the price of ho-hum donuts. There's better donuts here than Krispy Kreme. You know, I used to be called Crispy Crigler. Did you know this?
No.
So
Why?
when I was a skateboarder. I was a pro skater for a while, and when I was at my like prime of skating in New York, I had like all my tricks. Like I wanted to get them down so they were second nature. That's do it repetition. It's all muscle memory and stuff. And I had these my pocketbook of tricks and whatnot. When you're going to competition or you're doing the stuff. And one of my friends, Solomon, he coined me Crispy Crigler. Like my tricks were crispy. So, and Crigler is my last name. So obviously, so it was Crispy Crigler. And I used to ride for Bustin boards before I actually got on the Arbor skateboards team. And they were coming out with wheels, and I was testing these new wheels, and I was like, I love these wheels. And they were like, I don't know if we're going to do it. I'm like, please, like, let's do these wheels. Like, I love these wheels. They're so perfect for the type of skating that I do. Let's put them out. We'll call them Krispy Kremes and have it with a C instead of like a K, Krispy Kreme, or both with K. It never happened, but it would have been cool.
Good effort.
Would have been cool. Thank you. I tried. Robert Shaw says, Biden said, if you're unredacted, you're not smart. I wouldn't put it past him to say that.
No.
Or did he say that? I don't know. See, that's like, I don't even know that. It could have happened.
Probably.
I have no idea. Ryan Hinnard says, supposedly Apple is only scanning for known CP images. So for your kids to get tagged, the image would have to have been distributed. Then there's an issue. I don't care. I don't. You open the door.
Yeah. Do we believe that? No.
Like I said, it's like, okay, sure, everyone's against it, but I don't want them like having the ability to then just go into look everyone's phones and have that be a norm. If it becomes a norm, like look at mail-in voting. Now it's like somehow it's the norm in California. Like why? Why are we doing mail-in voting now? It's like it doesn't make any sense. Like stop. Let's go back to in-person voting. That's what absentee voting is for. We already had a system in place for it. Mail-in voting makes absolutely no sense because we have a system in place called absentee voting. Hello.
And as long as you extend the voting timeline, it's really not that hard to go get an absentee ballot.
But that's what the Republicans were trying to do. They were trying to bring it beforehand to give you people more time to go and vote either in person or to put their absentee, get their absentee votes in order.
So dumb.
Absolutely ridiculous. Mark G says, I'd only get if it was free M249 and NFA gone. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Mavis says, all you need to say about Krispy Kremes is diabetes.
But they're delicious.
No, they're not.
They are. Well, the old ones were. Again,
no, they're not.
I'm remembering the Krispy Kremes of yore.
Yeah, things aren't the same anymore, right?
So many things have changed.
Mark Robershaw says, making babies is an amazing workout. No lies detected.
Point. No.
Sejong says, if your jab still says BioNTech, it's emergency use. The only jab FDA approved uses commercial name Comirnaty. This is the case, court, especially military. Yeah, I don't even think it's available yet either. But I really want to avoid talking about this stuff, guys. Sorry. So I don't want to get in trouble.
No more strikes.
I feel like I'm already on the edge today. I like surfing around the line, but not going
Can we
over.
just talk for 1 second about how it's so sad that we can't even mention one of the most prevalent issues in our society today because YouTube is such fascist overlords that they won't even let us mention the topic and express a personal opinion because they are fascist authoritarians. I have to get that out of my system.
You feel better?
Yeah.
Good. Arbad says Biden et al. Need to meet Devin Stack. Okay, I'm not reading that. I'll just read that for me, but I'm not going to read that out loud. That's a lot of really gross references. All right. Sorry, I can't read that super chat. But anyway, Ron Quay says, tasty cakes are the best Philly treat. Ooh, tasty cakes are really good. I grew up on those things. Amazing. All right, let's see here. Jay Rico says, Adam and Dr. K saw your debate about critical race theory with Gothics. Had a big headache trying to understand the gentleman in favor for it. Bless your heart.
I took them so off balance, they couldn't define critical race theory for a full 90 minutes until I had left.
Are you serious?
I am. I like went right at them. I was like, I don't really even care what you have to say. They stumbled through the whole for 90 whole minutes afterwards. It was great.
I gotta ask Gothics about it. She's gonna be on my show on Wednesday.
Oh, Gothics is the best. Gothics was like on the floor laughing because I just like went off. I was like, I don't even care what you have to say. You're just gonna do this, that, and the other thing. I already know exactly what you're gonna do, and I don't care.
Yeah, she's great. I can't wait to have her on the show. Francisco, you guys know the deal. It's 4:20 Pacific time. Free bong tokes if you don't get vaxxed. Just kidding. YouTube, follow your doctor's advice, everyone. Just feel like I have to say that every so often.
They have given them out though.
So the algorithms. And I'm just saying, follow your doctor's advice. It's the best and thing you can do. Don't listen to me for any medical information. Follow your doctor's advice. Mark G says, looks like I'll be watching Adam locally. Hey. He literally wrote A like that. I was reading the super chat. I just, leaned into it, Jaya with a $10 super chat says, nice to see Karlyn again. Doesn't everyone feel so safe under the experts? Their navigation of COVID and Afghanistan really has given the public confidence in our leaders. I feel so safe.
Jaya is more capable than Joe Biden. I just want to say that.
I feel like, okay. That's great. I don't know Jaya, and I feel like that's fantastic. But now I'm going to say something, and I want to. This is not a dig at Jaya. This is just a dig at Biden. I feel like this old key that I found that actually unlocks one of my barn doors is more capable than Biden. All right, it's the first thing I saw. Right,
it unlocks a door. That's really useful.
Exactly. I mean, it actually does something, right? And it doesn't kill anybody doing it, right?
No.
Let's see. We got a couple from the Marks in chat. We got Robert Shaw and Mark G coming in hot. We got F Blizzard, F Gates, F Doors, and then
what?
I think Mark Robert Shaw says Bald Castle is basically a cult compound.
Is that what they're calling
it? Mark Robershaw says the lightning was an insurrection trumper. CNN. Yeah, of course. Michael Beacon says, God said, ooh, you looking awfully smiteable today. Yeah, that's the lightning. All right, it's crazy. Hey, by the way, thank you everybody for hanging out and tuning in and super chatting. I really do appreciate all your support. Remember to go follow Karlyn. Down below is her Twitter feed and also her YouTube channel. She's currently got a second strike. So, and you just got it too, right? So
I
this
got
week
it like on
and
Monday
next week?
and next week, all next week. Yeah. But
So
I will be in my locals. Actually, but I will be doing, Adam, I have a second channel. And so
on YouTube.
I do. I have a second channel. It's called Actively Unwoke. It's youtube.com/actively unwoke. And I will actually be streaming tomorrow at 3 p.m. on that channel.
Right. I'll give you a follow for sure.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Robert Shaw says, Adam and Karlyn promoting insurrection. CNN reports.
Oh God.
CNN reports.
Oh.
He's been doing these CNN reports things. Well, actually, he just says -CNN, but I add reports because I feel like it adds more of like makes it clear that it's a joke instead of just saying CNN. And then see, you were like, we're not promoting the insurrection. It's like no, it's a joke. Where else here we go. Mark Robershaw again says impeach Biden, then impeach Harris over the border, then impeach Skeletor over everything else. Done and done.
Or just maybe if the Republicans take the House in 2022, they should just make Trump Speaker of the House and then Trump ascends.
They honestly, this is crazy. The Democrats were trying to pass a law that says if you were impeached, you can't be the Speaker of the House.
They were actually scared of this.
They were trying. Like, we gotta make sure he can't become speaker because this is bad. Metastep says, New Hampshire, live free or die, but you can't grow or smoke your own weed. One of the most basic human rights. Love you both. Bangarang, spin it and smash it.
We're working on it, okay? We're working on it.
Yeah, it is a little odd that they don't have that yet.
I know, but...
SJW Skeletor says, at Mark Redacted, how dare you impeach me? I love this. We actually have Nancy Pelosi in chat right now. Although this is her, alternative name, so she can go yell at people that are yelling at her. And it's SJW Skeletor. Hilarious.
Wow.
Get out of my chat, Nancy. You don't belong here. Rob, you could leave the vodka. You know she's drunk. You know that woman loves to drink. So I hear. I actually don't know.
We're not spreading rumors, YouTube.
I don't know for certain. That's a conspiracy theory. I was making a joke about Skeletor.
Everyone likes vodka. I mean, come on.
I'm a whiskey guy. Robert Shaw says, breaking news. Biden to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his amazing work in the Middle East and his work with the environmental policy. CNN reports.
Wouldn't that be something?
He's good. He's pretty good at these CNN reports.
That is, but that's actually something that I feel like could actually happen.
It's kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah, it's crazy. Lars in Ruin says New Hampshire can take you can you take neighboring Vermont over, please? Too many woke people here.
We'll see. I can't reveal our plans.
Yep. Arbad says, I watched you get red-pilled on Tim Fence Pool's show in January 2020. You truly impressed. Thank you. Our teen son say, more Adam's hot wife. Thank you. Thank you very much. She is a babe. And thank you for following me through my journey and keeping me, staying with me as I do my own thing. I appreciate that. Awesome. And and your teen sons are clearly very astute gentlemen. Very. Anyway, Mark Robshaw says, dang, Pelosi in chat, be gone, Skeletor. Mark G says, Northern Texas is greater than New Hampshire.
No.
Fight me.
Oh, I will.
All right. She'll fight you. Don't test her, Mark G. She'll fight you. She is vicious on the webs.
Especially on the Twitters. Don't at me on Twitter, dude.
Yeah, you'll probably just get blocked. You'll just get blocked. It's okay.
That actually is probably what would happen. I don't really care that much.
Woods Bear says, will you ever reveal the reason you got fired from Timcast or the beef with Lydia? No.
Tell all book. I'm kidding.
Maybe I'll write a book one day. I don't know. No. It's no. Look how happy I am, right? I mean, even thinking about that, I mean, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to. That's not me anymore. I am living my best life. I have an amazing house. I have a awesome show. I have incredible people that show up for me every day. It's incredible. I have an amazing wife. Like, I have an awesome family. Like, my life is absolutely amazing. Like, do I have to go back and do that? No, that's not me anymore. I'm over it. Yeah. Robert Shaw says, once a prison colony, always a prison colony. Dude, I feel he's out in Australia too, man. I feel it for you, dude. I hope you guys rise above it. Sejong the Great says, technically, this is ISK, not ISIS. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You actually did say ISK, which is Islamic State in Kabul, not Islamic State in Syria. Islamic State is not a monolith. Thank you for clarifying, actually, because I actually wasn't really aware of that, and I appreciate that. Jason Page says, New Hampshire resident and veteran under 18 U.S. Code 2381, Biden is guilty of treason and should be impeached. Ooh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look up that code and check that out because I want to know more about that. Interesting. Residia says, did you see that press conference of Biden's? The corporate press is trying to tout him as threatening ISIS. or ISK, I'm assuming, saw when my roommate was watching NBC. He's leaning and clearly reading from a teleprompter, not threatening at all. I mean, he said that they're bad people, or well, he was technically talking about the Taliban, but they're not really a beacon of positive energy either. So
no,
I don't know, man.
I just really hope Biden doesn't get us into another war. I really hope, because I think it's a good thing that we left Afghanistan. I do. Like, I think the way it's gone down is completely messed up.
Absolutely.
But
I'm with you. And Fastidious, thank you for that $20 super chat. Appreciate you. Robert Shaw says the Fourth Reich in the U.S., Fifth Reich in Australia. Oof, David says with a $10 super chat, when 9/11 happened, I was working at Mission Trauma Center as a trauma tech too. Karlyn has said anyone can get unemployment insurance. I lost my job and California sent all of our UI to prison inmates. Interesting.
I've never said anyone can get unemployment insurance. That's not true.
Yeah, I don't recall you saying that either.
Yeah,
so
I've never said that.
Mark G says, if the feds come for Brandon and Alex, we should prevent it by all means. The federal court is rigged, so all boxes should be skipped. Dude, there's so many videos of Brandon being peaceful and like, I don't know what they're trying to claim that he was doing at all, because it's very on the hush hush, his case. And I know that he's not been vocal on the public realm. But Alex Jones obviously continues, but Alex's videos of him yelling at the people to stop being violent, that he's like, you guys are doing this wrong. This is not our freedom of speech. Like, we have the right to peaceably assemble. This is not it. You guys are doing it wrong. And it's like, how is he even on that lawsuit? I mean, not to mention Brandon again.
To be quite frank, and I'll be very clear, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking on behalf of Brandon or behalf of Walkaway. The charges against Brandon are so ludicrous. They said that he was yelling to people to take the shields of the police officers away. It was not his voice. Like, I traveled with the man for 6 months. It was not anywhere close to his voice.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It is a complete
That's not
sham.
Something that he would do. I know Brandon.
It's not.
That is not him. David says, I'm looking at my ballot envelope in California. No holes. Interesting. So it seems like, and I've seen different ballots also. There are ballots that have Larry Elder on the backside, Larry Elder right on the crease, Larry Elder in the first line, fourth person down. I've seen 3 different variations of ballots alone. I don't know much about the envelopes, but I have seen enough videos from different people showing official ballots, even the police pictures of the ballots that were recovered, like some 3,000 that were recovered from someone's car, who had 3,000 recall ballots in his car, had the holes in the front. So I know that they exist. They just seem not to be on yours. Yeah. Were you going to say something?
They're going to cheat.
Robert Shaw says, oh my God, I have it. The mainstream media propped Biden up to make Trump win in 2024 because they need his ratings.
It's probably true, to be honest. Yeah.
Biden is a tool to make that happen. Yeah, they miss those ratings, don't they? Mr. Knox says, Newsom, if you have a problem voting for me or Elder, then you ain't black. Oof.
That would be actually hilarious if he
that's
that.
Democrat logic right there, baby. That's Democrat logic. Yeah, you know what's funny? I actually I feel like I'm doing fairly well on my show. Like, get good, decent numbers, and I look at my monthly numbers, and I'm like, this is dope. Like, I got like a good chunk. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I know CNN's numbers, and they barely break 1 million views a week now. That's
no kidding.
Crazy low.
That's crazy.
Crazy low. But I can say that I'm not there yet. I don't even break 1 million in a month. But the fact is, I have 180 something thousand subscribers, which is amazing. And if I scaled it up to how many subscribers? Let me see what CNN on YouTube. I kind of want to know. YouTube, CNN. Let's see how many subscribers CNN has. How many do you think they got?
Couple million.
12.8 million.
No kidding.
12.8 million, and they barely get a million a week. So if I had my numbers scaled up to 12.8 million subscribers, I would blow them out of the water. So racially,
I understand what you're saying. I don't know.
I want to know how to say that though. But anyway,
proportionally.
Thank you. Proportionally, I'm kicking CNN's butt. Yes.
Yeah.
Feels good. Robert Shaw says, I bet Tim Kennedy has hair. It doesn't need a beanie. Dude, you do not like Tim? You bring him up I feel like you're the only one who really brings up Tim. Sometimes he comes up with other people. Someone else super chatted me asking why, but Robert Shaw says, or Biden is a body bag or a bog body. There it is. Yeah,
Biden is a bog body. We figured it out.
It's father's milk now. Father's milk. FFS my eyes. Oh, goodness sakes. Mark G says, sorry, I'm a coder. Forgot that not everyone knows! ! Equal sign. Well, now I know. I will forever know. Dakota Dad with a rare super chat treat. Hey, Adam, it's been far too long, brother. Glad to see you're doing well and still doing the channel. I've been super busy. Hello to Karlyn. Stand strong. Thank you, Dakota Dad. One of the OGs of chat. It's great to see you, mate. It is great to see you. Little Tails Farm says, I have a homestead and YouTube channel. Best move yet. That's literally me right now. I love it. Robert Shaw says, more Karlyn, I say. And chat agrees. I agree. It's good to have you back,
It's been a while, Adam.
It's been way too long. Well, I wasn't have any guests because I had the strikes.
I wasn't offended or anything. I knew you would have me back eventually.
It's going to be a good show next week. I'm looking forward to it.
We're going to duke it out.
We're going to duke it out. We got it. Can someone make that poster of me and Karlyn? We kind of did that. You can go back in that moment. I don't know if you caught it or not, but that would be great. Someone asked what my homestead channel is. I haven't officially started it yet, but we have been filming a lot of the different things that we do, like the story of me finding the appropriate lawnmower. And it's all filmed. And even when I walked out of the store with the lawnmower, it was a proud moment for me.
So you're going to have your own castle channel.
Don't compare me to that ever again.
I just found out about this last night because I don't watch YouTube. I just found out about this last night and I feel like I have so many thoughts.
And Karlyn's gone. She is no longer welcome to my show. No, I'm just kidding. You're great. Let's see here. Xerix with a $10 super chat says, people don't look at the cover as CP because to do so is to sexualize the image. Why would one want to do that? People in general don't do that to their own baby pics. Think of how weird it'd be. Another great argument, and one that I also agree with. Exactly. Like, not once did it ever dawn on me that it was that, because I don't, that's just not like, is what you said. People in general don't do that. And I agree. I think people in general don't do that. People don't look at that and be like, whoa, look at that. It's just silly. Hydro says, happy Men's History Month. So is that a thing?
Men's History Month?
I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay. Joshua, thank you for that $25 super chat. Says, of course, I check out and Karlyn checks back in. Welcome back, babe. Missed you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for that support, mate. Robert Shaw says, Alice in Chains would. Great bass intro. Right on. Mark G says, look, listen, Karlyn, you're wrong. Okay? Chicago. Okay. I am not him. Funny, but Robert Shaw says, into the flood again. Same old trip it was back then. So I made a big mistake. Tried to see it once my way. Is that from that same song? Probably. It feels like it. I don't know it. Sejong says, didn't I tell you this dumb admin say the quiet part out loud? They constantly do what you shouldn't do. Don't do what you absolutely should do. Yeah, exactly. Did you see that Jen Psaki said plandemic?
Did she? I didn't see that.
Because Twitter is absolutely deleting it and shadow banning the people that post the videos is crazy.
Wow.
But she said it. She said it. It was a joke, but hilarious.
We can't even post facts anymore. We can't.
It's so ridiculous. Wait, someone said Rick rolled. Wait, is that from? That wasn't Rick rolled. Is that from that song? No, I don't think so. Mark G with a message retracted. Thank you anyway. Paige O says, "Why's Joe need to take responsibility? Well, it was 4 days ago." But get it? Because he said it was 4 or 5 days ago. He didn't even know that it was actually 2 days either. It's crazy. Sandra with a $10 super chat. The why is Biden doesn't care about American lives. I'm pretty sure his voters either forgot that or just never paid attention. Unfortunately, I think it's the latter.
Biden doesn't even know where he is.
No, he doesn't. Robert Shaw says, I only have one grandparent left, and my child hasn't met him yet because of the lockdowns and the redacted. It's BS. Everything is BS. F China.
Yes.
Oof. Mark Robershaw says, Adam's going to build a really big deck. Real big deck. It's true. I am. I'm going to build and a dock.
Well,
I'm a carpenter. You didn't know that?
I mean, I'm just, sometimes when people build big things, they're doing it for reasons.
I'm very, very capable of handling my tools.
Mount that like button, everyone. Mount that like button.
No. We smash it here, all right? I mounted it over on your channel. You will smash the like button over here, all right? Let's see. Shibuya Ghoul says, Adam, have you seen the movie Army of Darkness? Is that the original one or the new one? Because I haven't seen the original, but I did see the newer one.
How could you see the new one before the Adam?
Because it was just on and I was watching it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the best. I don't know.
You need to go back and watch the original.
All right. Wait, is that with what's his name?
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, I saw that one then. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I think was there two? And the second one was so different, right?
I don't remember.
I think I saw the second one and not the first one.
Are you thinking about Evil Dead or Army of Darkness?
Maybe Evil Dead.
Because Evil Dead, the second one was way better than the first Evil Dead.
Well, maybe I didn't see Army of Darkness. Was that not in the same universe? It's a different.
It was in the same. No, it was in the same universe, but I think Army of Darkness was after Evil Dead 2. I'm pretty sure.
See, now I'm not sure which one of those I actually saw.
Army of Darkness was completely different than Evil Dead. It was just like the same character.
Oh, Karlyn, here. This is from Robert Shaw. He says Tim's bald. In case you haven't heard,
I had no idea. Really?
Yeah. According to this super chat,
I'm shocked.
It's what the super chat says. I don't know. Robert Shaw says,
go through life.
Right. Who said that Pearl Jam is the jam? Who are you? That's it. Meet at the park. 1v1. I'll take you on. Don't diss Pearl Jam. All right. He's clearly raging. My goodness. I love Pearl Jam. What are you talking about? Robert Shaw again says Nirvana had like 2 good songs. That's it. Fight me. Ryan says Soundgarden, best of the era. Oof. I don't know if I agree. Robert Shaw says AC/DC top notch. Yeah, they're pretty good. I like that. Robert Shaw says could have been worse. Could have been crusty Crigler. Yeah. Well, that wouldn't have been very accurate for describing my tricks because they were rather crispy. Mark G and Mark Robert Shaw both spouted a bunch of numbers that I'm not going to read, but that's fine. Thank you guys for that super chat. And then I had a crazy super chat jump. My goodness. Roger P says no binary ones and zeros to read for me. Just tell Karlyn I said hello, and I love listening to her channel. And thanks to you for raising my optimism. All right.
Yay.
Thank you, Roger. Right on.
Thank you.
That was a pleasant super chat.
It was. Very civilized.
Thank you. Love that. No binary ones and zeros from me.
I love that you tell them not to do something, and then they all pay you money to do the thing that you told them not to do. And you don't even acknowledge that they did it.
Reverse psychology. Yeah.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Love that. Take note, Karlyn.
Yeah.
Nathan says all art is inherently exploitative. to all whom participate in it, creator, subject, and audience. In a way, I can see that. Robert Shaw says some winning numbers and then lists a whole bunch of them. Not Tim says, you're both wrong.
Oh, really?
I have to actually. You have Twitter in front of you right now?
Yeah.
Why can't I take a screenshot? Come on, let me take a screenshot. Oh, it's not letting me take a screenshot for some reason. That's weird. Oh, maybe because I'm streaming. Let me stop sharing my screen first. Now can I take a screenshot? Hi. All right, I was going to send you a screenshot of not Tim's profile picture. And it's literally Tim's profile picture with some edited glasses and like a big, thick, like honcho mustache. And I just know that you would think it's hilarious. So, oh well. Roger says, go on.
I'll picture it in my head and enjoy it.
I think you did. You laughed. You giggled. You saw it. Roger again says, Karlyn is right. YouTube and Google both accept 1984 as their Bible more than the Christians do the Holy Bible, Jews, and the Torah, or Hollywood and Karl Marx.
It was not meant to be an instruction manual.
Right. Robert Shaw continues, if we could spread the word Tim is bald, that would be amazing. Even though it's true, let's go spam it on Twitter. Spam it everywhere. Tim's bald in all caps. Wow. All right.
That definitely wouldn't get me in trouble.
Yeah, I mean...
Nothing could go wrong with that plan.
I mean, whatever.
I'm kidding.
I bet there's people that are like, Tim, Adam said that you were bald in a super chat. They probably don't even say that he's super chat. They just send him the clip, and it's like, whatever. I mean, he is, though.
Like he really is.
Yeah, he is. You heard it from me. I mean...
He's a journalist. It's just
there's
facts.
Pictures on the internet.
We're just reporting facts.
His pictures on the internet, whatever.
He's a journalist.
Robert Shaw says, maybe I work for CNN. CNN reports. I'm the most trusted source in history. CNN reports. Arbad says, Tim Pool is not bald. He's follically challenged. And Timmy, who rides that fence hard, is a cult leader. He was terrified of red-pilled Adam. My goodness, that was a feisty super chat, Arbad. Moving on.
The super chat's been so feisty since I've been gone.
No comment. No, I think there's something between our dynamic because we are both spicy, right, in our own ways that we kind of bring it out of each other, right? We got like so then chat kind of feeds on it, and I think it's fantastic. Like I love your spiciness. So and whatever, lots of super chats tonight. It's great. Robert Shaw says Adam filled his pool and got a river instead. Oh, filled in his pool and got a river instead. Okay. I don't even want to. All right. Mark Robert Shaw again says, I effing hate Macs. I hate working on a Mac. F Apple. Wow. Really?
No. Macs is better.
I don't agree anymore. I actually moved on from Apple. I have two PCs now, and I'm on my laptop, and I have my main computer, and I haven't had an Apple computer in a long time. When I get a new phone, I've had this phone for 5 years. Like this thing it's an i7 or Apple iPhone 7, I think it is, or maybe it's a 6. I don't even know one of them. They're on like 12 or something. What
something
iPhone
like that? I don't even know. Yeah,
it's crazy. 12. Every year new. I mean, I'm like, this thing is still fine. Like I'm good. I don't need something new. And the funny thing is like they introduced that contact tracing stuff. And this is in 2020, and mine was the phone just before they had like whatever chip that they needed to use. Right. So I was like, all right, I don't need to get a new phone yet because they can't do that to me. So yeah. So I don't miss Apple at all. I don't miss it. It's good for specific things, I guess. Not me anymore. Robert Shaw says it's called redacted, not cheating. All right, redacted.
Fine.
Oh, okay. Well, they're going to redact it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to redact it. Roger P says after 9/11, Dems and Republicans were arm in arm in tears, support, and patriotism. Imagine if someone blew up Mount Rushmore today. It's sad and disgusting. Yeah, people would be cheering. I'm sure.
It is actually a really good point. It is. And to be honest with you, if that happened today, the right would be the one celebrating. They would be.
What?
They would be
If
because they
Rushmore
would.
got
Well,
blown
maybe not celebrating, but the right would be the ones calling the names. The right would be the ones. This happened on Biden's watch, and this is all the Democrats' fault. And here are all the reasons it's the Democrats' fault. There would be no unity, and the right would be just as guilty of it as the left on this one, because the left would be saying it's Trump's fault. It's Trump's, which is.
But
stupid.
they wouldn't be wrong though.
But,
they wouldn't
be wrong. But like there is no hope of unity from either side. Is my point. Like I think that both sides are equally responsible in that. I do.
Okay. Robert Shaw says, "Nah, I liked him. I'm just Australian." Oh, all right.
Fair enough.
So you rib on people, just like poke them in the ribs, right?
He's
Mark
in
G
jail.
Says,
he's basically in jail. Let him do his thing.
it's true. He's in jail. Let him have his fun. Tim, come on. Can't be mad at him. He lives in Australia, all right?
Yeah, Tim.
You're literally the only reason he's having a fun time. And maybe my show.
Take one for the team.
Mark G says, can't lose the fight next week if you ban her. Hey. That's funny. Patrice says, Adam and Karlyn have a great dynamic. Thanks for fighting so hard, Karlyn. Thanks for keeping our spirits up, Adam. Love you both. Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrice. I really do appreciate that. Robert Shaw says, longest stream. I like it more. Adam and Karlyn. Right? Wow. Holy cow.
Because you can go past. I gotta go in like 15 minutes. We gotta wrap up these super chats.
There's so many super chat. Anytime you need to go, let me. You can just bounce.
All right.
I
like
don't feel like you
super
need
chats,
to.
though. I like it.
Sweet Cheeks says, I'd like to hear Dr. Karlyn's thoughts too, but from what I've heard so far, it's mostly yours. What? Really?
What?
What are you talking about? Have you felt like you haven't had the chance to speak, Karlyn?
No, I've said everything I want to say.
Okay, cool. All right, well, good to know. I mean, Sweet Cheeks, it is my show.
It is.
And this isn't an interview. Karlyn has been a reoccurring guest. She was actually my first interviewee, in which case, if you want to hear her story, we break it down. And the first ever interview go to my playlist, go to interviews, go all the way to the first one. Boom. It's me interviewing Karlyn as an actual guest to be interviewed. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, I know her story. It's boring now.
Yeah. You know? And believe me, if I have something to say, I'm going to say it. Like,
true. This is true. This is true. She gonna say it. Tune in next week on the Crigler Show. We're gonna hear it. Let me just tell you. Robert Shaw says, wrong. Listen. Van by the river. Who am I? It's Tim Pool.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. We're almost done, Karlyn. Almost done.
Okay.
David says, Karlyn, Alex Jones is on the same list as your boy.
I know.
It's
Wait,
crazy.
no. That's the committee list. I was talking about the Capitol Police lawsuit. Alex Jones is not on that.
Okay.
I literally have the PDF in front of me.
So the lawsuit's different.
The lawsuit, the Capitol Police lawsuit is different than the House Select Committee clown show subpoena of documents. Yeah.
Robert Shaw says, if you haven't checked out New Zealand deck ads, I haven't. Okay. He continues, Army of Darkness is the third film and time travels. Yeah, I definitely
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Didn't see any of those with time travel, no. He does another bunch of binary stuff. Mark G does some binary stuff. No, he just says 2 is non-binary. Okay. Jason Dixon says, I wonder how long I can get you to read this note before you realize I'm succeeding at wasting time to make the show longer. Took the whole... it was about... how long can I get? As soon as I got to there, I was like, all right, this is just hear me talk more, but that's fine. I'll happily take more super chats if you guys want to just keep hearing me talking. All right. Sejong with a $10 super chat says, there is international talk of sending Biden to general court-martial. More than one country, more than one world leader. Great Britain says it can't see itself working with the U.S. government in the future conflicts now. Yeah, they held him in contempt.
Because Biden also was like avoiding talking to Boris for like 5 days.
Yeah, because he can't do it. He can't talk. He's not the guy that they have to like prep him just for these news conferences. Mm-hmm. And even then, he says stuff that doesn't make sense that people are like, what? And that people like me, I'm pissed at the things that I've heard him say. It absolutely... I don't blame these people at all. I mean, he should be court-martialed. Robert Shaw says, remember, if you laughed, your soul is mine. No, you don't own mine, so good luck. Have fun. The Magnum Express says Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2013, 2 in AOD take a more comical approach and are less intense, but I still recommend the OG. Okay, so I think I saw the first one because it was brutal. And like, I just remember a pencil being shoved through someone's hand, and they did it so like brutally. I was like, oh, this is so graphic. And then like cutting things. Yeah, it was brutal. I remember the Evil Dead 1. And then I think I saw some of the Evil Dead 2. I feel like he landed in some sort of gladiator pit.
That was Army of Darkness. That's Army of Darkness.
Oh, maybe I saw Army of Darkness. Oh, it's because he went back in time with that one.
Yes.
Maybe I did see that one once a long time ago.
It's a good movie.
Cyber Reset says the real question is what type of bald? Fully bald? Generic 50-year-old bald? Or 1400s bishop bald? You can Google. You guys, if you really are interested. I'm good on that. Robert Shaw says it's a bowling ball bald because it's shiny. According to Robert Shaw. Darth Vader says the right would be pissed off and searching for just who was responsible to get justice. I have a feeling they would be doing that, but also they would be doing what Karlyn was saying.
They would be dunking. They would be owning the libs. They would be, yes.
Oh, yeah, because they do. Robert Shaw says, why are you leaving? What's more important than us?
I got to go do movie night. I have a scheduled movie night with my local community in 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. 10 minutes. All right. And then he sent another super chat at the end. Didn't say anything. Or did you? I can't actually read it. Let me go back up. Oh, he did. He says, Boris hides in a fridge. Scomo foes on. Oh, you did that on Hollywood. Robert Shaw, I got to start watching for you, man. Dude. Biden falls upstairs and gets lost. The world is doomed. All right. Thank you guys so much. Karlyn, thank you for joining me again.
It was so nice to be back, Adam.
I can't wait to see my Technicolor Dreamcoat.
It's coming along so good. Maybe I'll finish it this weekend and it can be ready for our debate so we can yell at each other in good faith and spirit, and then I can give you a sweater afterwards when I kick your butt in the debate.
Is that it now? Better. We're having a debate? I just wanted to have a discussion.
We can do whatever you want. We can have a friendly chat.
It's a debate now. That's it. It's on. It's on, Karlyn.
Going down at him.
Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, guys. I will be back, of course, tomorrow. It's Friday. I got my whiskey. I got my guitar. I'm going to be jamming. It's jam night. And thank you guys very much. I will see you all next time here on The Crigler Show. Good night, everybody.